Yeah.
Ready?
And we're 310 is fucking like it's probably unders.
It should be 4 or something. It should be.
490.
Yeah. I agree.
That's what Ryan from Ned's goes. Yeah, I've hit up the Hello Sport boys. You keen to do a pot for Origin 2? I said we wouldn't get $10, cunt.
Literally.
I said if we win that game and it goes to a decider, then
yeah.
But I said, mate, it's just not a
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Isaiah Yo going up against Trent Liero. If
We've got to be
Liero,
careful not to turn on them.
if
No.
Liero played for Tigers, you wouldn't even know him.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a Melbourne thing.
Here, we'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, it is fuck.
Fuck these cunts.
Things I would do to get a win is just I can't even say them. Right, let's go, Quino.
Right.
Stop holding us up. You
Sorry, mate. I love sport. 3, 2, 1.
Hudson lassoed by Tallis. Look at Tallis. He drags him. But a champion becomes a legend. Maccabi Debra's won it.
Welcome back to the Reggies here with 3 blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. We've got a huge show coming up today for you. Don't know if it's all going to be ripping positive stuff, but we're going to do our best. And, we'll get through it. We're going to jump straight into some Origin sides in a bit. We'll talk about a few of the big games. I think I want to talk about that both the King's birthday clashes, both in the AFL and the NRL.
Sure.
Papali's record-breaking game, because that was just biblical. Brisbane will not get a mention, Jace, not until they win another 2 games, just to let you know.
Copy.
And
Fine with that.
me halftime live better. He was back
Oh,
on Thursday.
I figured out who it is too.
On Thursday night. Did anyone see what happened in the Knights Manly game? Knights got booed off the ground in the first half.
no way. Was he on it?
Anyway,
At a lucrative amount.
yeah, $34 a win they were paying at halftime, and yeah, he did.
Oh, that is biblical.
Yeah, so well done.
He's
to him.
onto something there, isn't he?
Well,
Until we
we're
start
only
doing it.
talking about the wins most of the time.
I
though.
messaged him about the Raiders and Bunnies one on Sunday too, but I was paying about 3s. Wasn't enough for him,
Nah,
clearly.
not enough.
He's like,
That's
no
rubbish.
point. Yucky.
Yeah.
You'll be able to crow, Tom. We'll talk about the
Yep.
Very
Gold
proud
Coast
crow.
Geelong game, just for you, mate.
Thank you.
And yeah, the Hawks finally turning up. And then I got a few other sports to talk about. There was one of the best games of tennis you'll ever see over the weekend.
And
So,
honestly, a massive weekend of Biffin too.
yes,
A couple of Aussies
exactly.
putting great performances. UFC card. So there's heaps.
So we had the squads come out for Queensland and New South Wales, and then since the squad got named for Queensland, we've had the team be named. And for the Blues, only the one change for New South Wales, and that is Max King is going to start for
Mitch
Barnett.
who did his ACL.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Kamanu comes in on the
and
bench.
Kamanu comes in at 17, which we said last week, I think. We'll read between the lines. If Terrell May doesn't get a start, maybe there is some sort
We
of
also-
personality thing going on. But maybe we overlooked Kamanu.
Well, I definitely did because he was in the reserves, and it makes so much sense to put your bench front rower in the start and your reserve front rower on the
I
bench.
think
Yeah.
when he wore a purse on national television, they went, "That's not front rower stuff."
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I might be
Maybe.
totally wrong.
The world has changed a bit. But,
No,
yeah.
it has, but maybe that was into it.
Maybe.
I don't
yeah.
know.
I think Laurie would be pretty fucking hard-nosed back in the day.
He's long
sort of
nosed.
Is that, I was going to say, is that a play on words?
Yeah.
He's long nosed. Yeah. So obviously we're going to do a bit of comparing here because, look, we've stuck with a few old heads and then we've bought an older head in, but we've also made the biggest call of all, first one since 1996, boys, that Queensland have sacked the captain. Give DCE the arse, the Shaminda.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know. I think
Well-
it probably, it's hard. I honestly don't envy Billy having to do that or
Tough
even
to
say.
having to make that
Before
call.
we talk about the rest of the team and stuff, straight away, what's our thought on just that? Because me personally, I feel like it was the right time to do it. I
Yeah.
think it's fucking tough. And Cherry Evans, honestly, mate, has been fucking unreal for
Yeah.
Queensland. And I just feel like we're in this situation now where it's not looking positive, let's
It's
say
do
it
or
that
die.
way. And I think it is time to make that call. He's 37.
Yeah.
Dearden's young, hungry. He shows up to play Origin. And I honestly feel like it probably is the right time.
Was it better to do it before, like give Dearden game 1 or nah?
Well, I suppose he gave Cherry Evans and the whole Queensland team a chance to show
Yeah.
that they could show up. And I think after that performance, a change had to be made. And I'm not saying at all that it was Cherry Evans' fault. It not at all. I just think it just so happens that
The way that we were dominated
Yeah.
in every way, it was like, righto, now it's time to change maybe. Yeah.
which for me, oh sorry, Jace. What's
I
your,
was just going to say, I kind of go against the grain, and I'm not a massive fan of the decision.
Yep.
And I love Tommy Dearden, and he is definitely the future and current halfback for Queensland. But before game 1, and a pretty average performance it was, but no one even considered the possibility of, is Dearden going to take his spot? It was just, Cherry's the captain. He'll probably play one more series. And then after one performance now, it feels like panic button's been pressed. And I feel like Cherry Evans should have probably been given this game at the chance of sacrificing the series and then going, righto, well, he was terrible or the team was terrible.
Yeah, series is gone.
And then series is gone. Sorry, mate, you've done your time. Game 3, you're bleeding a bunch of young blokes. And I
Yeah,
feel like he's
I hear
hard
ya.
done by to not give him the chance to bounce back because he has in the past. How many other times in the past have people gone, fuck, Cherry doesn't have it anymore, he's done. And he comes back, he is so good at bouncing back at times. And I feel like he's robbed that opportunity now.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you got to look at Origin is such a glass half empty, glass half full, especially before the game, because Billy pulls this off and we're like, great decision. If he doesn't, we're going, Ches should have been given another chance.
What I find weird, and I might be fucking wrong or whatever, but I'm like, I see where he's coming from. He's blooding in the new crop at a time of desperate needs, right? We are up against it
Big
in
time.
all fucking
Yeah.
forms of it. So I understand the bringing in the new crop. Now's the time, rip the Band-Aid off. I just don't. And Kurt Capewell has done amazing things for Queensland, right? He's been great.
Has.
But I don't understand if we're doing that with Dearden and Cherry, why are we bringing in Kurt Capewell when he's definitely at the end of his career sort of thing?
Origin especially.
Origin especially, and I go, you're bringing in experience, but is that like bringing in experience because you've just got rid of some, or I just don't see the path, and I think that goes against the Cherry Dearden thing for me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I
It
think
contradicts itself.
It's contradicting, and it's a backward step when you've got players like Fermont who got
I can't believe
20
he-
minutes, not even 20 minutes in game 1.
That was like my absolute lock that would happen was he would start.
It
in the
makes
second
sense.
row.
It
Yeah.
made so much
Fermont.
sense. And then if it's not Fermont, you go, okay, keep him on the bench. You got the likes of Sua, who is still young enough and could come in. Even Piakura, like all these young names potentially going for the jersey. I did not even think of the chance of Capewell coming back into that team when if you're exactly what you're saying,
Well,
you're trying to bleed in a new team.
And the other thing about it is, for me, just personally too, is we brought Capewell in, sweet. So now we have 2 second rowers in Nene and Capewell who are second rowers who can play 80 minutes, but we're starting Nene on the fucking bench, and we've still got Cotter starting in the second row with a second rower on the bench.
This is on paper though.
yeah,
this
it
could
is. But that's
change.
all we can go off.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And I just go, I just really, and let me just fucking stop right now and say, come game day, I'll be backing all of these boys to the hills, but I've just got to speak
100%.
me mind and how I feel about
This
the
is
decisions.
I feel like
just-
this is one of the first times in a while where we've looked at our squads and we've had, say, no one better to pick, and we've had our backs against the wall and we go, whatever, these blokes are going to have to step up. But looking at our team now, it's like we actually have better blokes to pick, which is a weird position that we've been in where the whole, we're a worse off team. We could pick better players, I feel like, and we haven't. And that's why I feel quite conflicted.
I can't believe Horse didn't get
Oh,
named.
the aggression, the
Like-
token ranger.
Get him on the bench.
You need a How many times we got on here and said you need a ginge?
Well, we
Yeah.
got Lindsay, but
When's the last time we saw a ginge in an Origin series?
what about Lindsay?
He's not a ginger.
He's a
mate.
hybrid, I think.
Is he a bit
Tommy
hybrid?
Dearden and Lindsay.
Napa used to be fucking
yeah.
the big ginge.
Exactly.
good.
Every team
Call
needs a
me
big
big.
fucking ginge.
Yeah. So
And then this one is just insanity to me. Trent
has to be rage
Liero.
bait.
Yeah.
Trent Liero starting. Nothing against Trent. Patrick Carrigan on the bench. Like, if that's the case, wouldn't you start Patrick Carrigan in the front row over Fodaway? I don't know. There's just so many things that I look at and go,
It's
There's
so,
so much
it's
going
so
on.
left field that it's like, is Billy just trying to rustle up some feathers and be
is
like
this
a
a bit
few
of
mind games?
Is this a bit of team list poetry?
Is it?
maybe?
Is it Bush team list poetry? Because it feels so fucking weird that he's doing it to almost get Queensland fans fired up.
Yeah, but
and you guys heard how positive I was before the last game.
We all were.
and just said it even though inside deep down I was like, are you sure, mate? but this one, I just got to be honest, man,
Yeah.
and go, dude, and
Patrick
Billy Slater
Carrigan
knows
we're
way more
talking
than me about rugby league, but it's just like, oh man,
That Carrigan will play 70 minutes. Let's just get that in our
And he did
heads.
win a Wally Lewis medal off the bench.
He
But-
will play 70, at least 70 minutes. So that's happening. Unless we come out and we're up fucking 16-0 early, then he's not going to change a thing. But, he's not going to sit on the bench for the half the first half. He will play 70 minutes.
Is it a Melbourne connection? I thought going into game one, Billy knows something about Trent that we don't. And he didn't have a bad game in game one by any means. But I just thought there are a handful of forwards in this competition that I think would do a better job than what he did.
Yeah, I mean,
What's he really done to earn that jersey? And in saying that, if Trent goes out, makes 200 metres and 50 tackles next Wednesday night, I'll tell him fucking build a statue. I will flip
I hope
instantly.
everything we are saying, and I'm got good track record for doing this
yeah, it's wrong.
this sort of
Yeah,
thing.
true.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping here I'm just going to steer us into a fucking absolute flogging
50-0.
on their behalf. But
I would love to be so wrong.
Well, we have to talk. We can't talk about New South Wales. Like, I know people were giving us shit last game saying trying to get through this period where we're just one-eyed. I don't think we're that fucking one-eyed.
There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about on the New South Wales team because there's
look
not
great.
one
They
change.
still look great.
And their team looks unfucking believable.
Unbelievable. Unfucking
So
believable.
can I?
It's like me fighting a toddler
I've
on
been
paper.
I've been thinking about this for 3 weeks since the last game.
Yeah.
Just looking at their pack, right? And I'm including Utakamanu, Lenu,
Yep.
Huddy Young.
yeah, more the forward, like the front row. When Lindsay Collins comes on and Spencer Lenu comes on at the same time, I just feel like watching Lindsay run, and he has done some unreal things for Queensland. He just looks like a front rower from 20 years ago who just trucks it up, slow, big cunt. But now, because you got these cunts like Haas and Lenu and friggin' Utakamanu, he's not exactly a slouch when he runs it up. Like, they're so
They're
agile.
very
I
different
think-
styles.
I
so
think-
big.
I think Lindsay is definitely a starting prop if he's in the game to take the sting. Like, he's durable.
Just a big
Like, he
cunt,
can just
yeah.
take some sting out of shots.
That's why
He's
I
not the
really-
leg speed dude to bring on. I think
Yeah.
Fodawaker's probably got more agility than
He does.
Collins.
Yeah.
The best memories I've got of, and they're limited, but the memories of Fodawaker in a maroon jersey is he comes off the bench and he plays 20, 30 minutes and brings impact.
Goes hard.
He would provide more impact than Lindsay Collins. Like that that change up there seems like something that's a bit obvious too. Then he had a quiet game one, and I don't think he was utilised very well.
Just the whole first game was New South Wales dominating the ruck, and literally when Cleary got the footy on fifth, they were on the halfway line or further, and by the time the ball was in his hands, our blokes were just getting back on side because of how fast they just played the ball.
Yeah.
And Cleary had fucking 68 years to decide what he was going to kick. And every time Cherry got it, he was on his own 40, almost moving backwards on a 45, and the fucking defensive line was right there. And probably just repeated myself.
No,
I'm a
but
fucking-
you're right.
and it was just like, how are we supposed to compete
Yeah.
against that forward pack?
It's Origin more than ever has seemed to become a game of field like position and where you are in your field. When they're starting on the 30 and 40 every time and we're starting on the 10 and 20, like their field positioning always seems to be that step
It's
better.
that-
Keeps them on the front
I
foot.
agree. It's that, but it's also how fast they are at everything. Like
Intensity, 1%.
landing on their just little shit, landing on their knees, or never getting rolled over onto their back. Haas not getting
What do we say
put on the
the other
ground.
week? Just polish and toil.
Yeah.
They just polish and toil.
And what do we think the thoughts are? I don't even really know how I feel about it. Valentine, Holmes, and Hammer getting switched around.
What's the fucking point of that? I don't see much of a point.
Hammer was literally where was he?
Invisible.
Yeah,
He made
yeah.
one good catch.
So maybe
it.
he can be utilised given that tiny bit of space and his speed gets him through, or he can return the ball
Return
more
the
often.
ball, maybe,
so
yeah.
maybe they go and get the ball in his hands more, where the centres he doesn't have as much room to move. That might be the thoughts.
We're not
We
going to
are-
win the back off
we
Valentine
are-
and Hammer having a bit of a position change. Though.
We are scratching.
Oh,
Like,
mate.
time.
Mate, the backs couldn't be more harder against the wall, but that's
We're
where we
glued
love
to
it.
the
Oi,
wall.
oi, this is
That's
it.
where we
in
love it.
us
We
just
do.
having nothing negative to say, we are literally in a position where we have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
we are fucking.
And surely that's the narrative they're running around camp at the moment is no one expects Queensland to win.
Yeah. Even
Like
just
Billy's
like,
bush poetry
man.
would be at an
One-
all-time high.
Well, this is teamless poetry. It has to be. There has to be some.
Carrigan.
There has to be a
Yeah,
change of bench to starting. It has to be one.
Because he
change.
didn't in game one. And I thought, oh, okay, that's a bit unusual. But Carrigan and Liero is paying $1.10 to be like lineup
Swapped.
poetry.
For me, it just
even just
Lineup
the,
rage
the
bait.
back three, man, for them is just so bullshit.
the small
good.
amount of autism in my head can't get rid of Cotter starting and Nene on the bench.
It just
can't.
seemed like so obvious that you'd go, oh, if because once again the team was leaked fucking 2 days before.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, Capes is coming in. All right, well he's clearly going to go to second row for Cotter. Now let's keep a front row on the edge. And
that
Rubes
was
does a great job defensively, and I think he is a brilliant player. But you are not using him in the right way when he could be coming off the bench or even started at front row in his natural position where he just polishes and toils.
Yeah.
It's just it's strange.
One thing I do like is giving the captaincy to Munster.
I do
to
like that
hopefully
too.
give him that extra drive to show up and really.
But
set
mate,
an
he
example.
tried his fucking heart out.
I
in game
know,
one.
but I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm looking at any
I
positives,
reckon it's a great call
Yeah.
that we've given it to him because
To go
he
back to-
toiled in game one.
He
tried
is-
everything.
Seems like a bloke that the boys will live for. And even go back to the Dearden situation. If you take out the fact that it was due to Cherry Evans getting dropped, like say Cherry Evans was injured or he said, I'm retired right now, and you just looked at, we've got Tom Dearden in number 7, that gets me horny. Because fuck, that cunt has been playing some good rugby league.
Yeah.
And the way I see him in that like direct and sharp attack that he can have in that Cowboys squad, I just go, we lack a bit of that at the moment, Queensland. So I really like him in the 7 jersey. It's just, it hurts that Ches was dropped before
We're
game
not.
2.
Yeah, we're not gonna win the game with Tom Dearden. That's all I'm thinking. Is like he's not gonna determine the game. So I don't mind that he's come in.
no.
Where we're gonna win the game is fucking somehow stopping their huge blokes.
You know how we can win the game too? Is off the back of Harry Grant. And we haven't
Yeah.
seen him do that in a
Well,
while.
some of
and
the shit
want
that I
him to.
said in before the first game that never happened a tiny bit can still happen if those 3 boys show up and do a couple of freakish things.
100%.
And
It's
maybe
all-
with
yeah.
Hammer on the wing, do you know that crossfield kick early where he's hammering down the side? Like maybe that is something
hammering
that
down.
that might be something that they can sort of bring in as well. But man, yeah, it's just one of those things that we'd be just lying if we were sitting here going, "Oh yeah, fuck."
I
what's
think
wrong?"
the
fucking hard as a
price that
rock.
Neds have put up is fucking a bit unfair, to be honest.
The 310.
and Queensland are 310.
See, the other thing is too, Perth record dog shit for
Yeah.
Queensland.
0 from 2. In
Just-
game 2s as well.
Just the back 3. So I went to say it before of Edwards, Toto. Did you see how many meters Lomax ran for yesterday in defeat?
I didn't see it, but
Man,
I'd
they
imagine it was
just
high.
they take the first 3
That's
every
another
time.
That's
and it's
another
just
thing.
fucked. And they make 10, 12 meters, and you just go, their forwards are just. That's why they got so much
Those
energy.
1%ers that we talk about is coming out of their own end. Big Toto, Lomax, like their
So good.
return meters compared to the way that some of our like Toya was solid, and I like Xavier Coates running game out of our own end, but
The big emu.
sometimes the big emu runs real upright, and the
Oh.
others just
One thing we got to remember though too is remember the Jewel Lee and and
Exactly
Kurt
right,
Kurt
mate.
Capewell in the centres where he
Yeah.
just broke through.
Yeah.
So we've got to remember that and remember past experiences. I know
Yeah.
people say don't live in the past, but I'm fucking scrounging
We've
up
had
any
a
bit of
far
What do you
past.
mean?
worse
I
team
hate
than
that
this.
call. Don't live
Yeah.
in the past. Well, we will.
Yeah.
Because
we won 8 in a row. It's like we
During the
won
next period
3.
of time, I'll be fucking living there permanently.
You know what?
Yeah.
This side for them has got 8 straight written all over it.
Yeah, but it
But
also
we-
had 8
but-
straight written all over it 5 years ago.
Yeah, but exactly. That's where I'm going. We would never allow it.
we don't.
The Queensland jersey wouldn't
Hey,
allow it.
look at what's on this bloke's chest.
You just
Yeah, I'll wear it proud.
you got a lot to go to beat that. But yeah, I don't know how much more there is to say about it.
You know-
One thing. Obviously, this is a controversial one, Ezra Mam being brought in. So I heard Buzz is in his point and Gordy in his point, and they both had a point.
Was
where-
Gordy in the 4?
Yeah. Well, it's
Shocking.
pretty much Gordy was saying Ezra has served the punishment he has been given.
Yeah.
And now he is back playing. There's nothing he can do about it. So if he's available to be picked,
He's not going to
then-
say, nah, I'm
then
not
why
playing.
are they not going to pick him? However, I think unless he was going to be a starting player in
Yeah,
the
why
team,
pick him?
why bring the controversy in this close?
Well,
Yeah,
he's
it's
the
not like-
replacement.
Yeah, like
He'll be jerseyed up.
he's the 18th man.
Yeah.
Is
But
the
I-
juice
but I-
worth the squeeze?
But I don't know. I probably wouldn't have picked him. I don't think.
No.
I don't think you need that negativity around the team if you aren't going to start him
Yeah.
and think he's going to
if
play
he's going
a
to play
role.
14 or he's going to play 6 or 7 and he's going to kill it, and you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? He shut up all that controversy. He's going to sit on the bench in a fucking jacket and is probably going to provide nothing but loom over Queensland's culture. Look at the culture you're setting.
That's what I mean. Did we need to fucking bring that in at this time as
The
well?
beauty of
Probably
this
not.
Poetry.
is that how quickly Origin narratives change and how we can't help but have a few questionable thoughts here.
Yeah.
We go and win this game, and this state and this team is so fucking up and about and back.
If
and
we
just
win this game-
shut everyone the fuck up. Like, it'll be such a statement.
dude, and don't
Billy
get me-
Slater's a genius again. He's a fucking poet.
And mate, don't get me wrong. Like I said,
We would
game
love
day next week, I'm all positive.
100%.
Fuck these dad passion dog
Yeah.
rooters, and I'll be fucking going in there for the boys and positive for all of them.
Yeah.
However, this is the first time we got to speak about the team list, and we can only look at it and have an opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
When
I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Trent Liero walks out next week and I'm seeing Dallas Johnson. I'm seeing Corey Parker.
But
That's
is
what I'm
Liero,
thinking.
because they're going to come out like they have fucking for the last 3 games and just run amok. Is Liero going to be able to fucking be up for that? Like, I know you have to be. You've got the fucking
But you
maroon
make a
jersey.
good
mate,
point.
to
He
be-
might do it for 20 minutes and then Carrigan will
Like,
come
is it,
on.
no, but I just mean he's going to be nervous. Very
Yeah,
nervous.
big time.
We don't need that.
I don't
we
think
need.
I haven't seen enough of him to know
I
if
mean,
he's up for
that's
that
that's
occasion.
what I mean. I can't really comment much on him. Been pretty busy a lot of weekends, so I haven't watched every game this year. I can honestly say that I couldn't even tell you what style player he is. And that's probably my fault. Like, he would have been
Nah.
playing a lot, but I just go, he hasn't done things in highlight reels.
He's good
or
at
impact.
Melbourne, but yeah, he's not a player when you watch that Melbourne team and you go, fucking look at Trent. You're looking at Munster, you're looking at Pappy, you're looking at Katoa.
But he's a
You're even
toilet.
looking
Maybe
at-
it's what we want.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and like I
I
was
just-
saying, I hope Kurt Capewell blows everyone's socks off and says, fuck you. Trent Liero does the same thing, and the boys will show up and we get the win. And
I just
fucking-
can't believe
you just
Carrigan's wearing
know-
17.
Liam Martin
That's
is going to come
disgusting.
out with steam in his ears
Yeah.
just because he's fucking that passionate. He's from bloody. Where's he from? Forgot where.
Orange or some shit.
Nah. Fuck. I forgot.
Dubbo. Wagga
Anyway.
Wagga.
somewhere league.
Just
Anyway,
proper
somewhere real
leaguey town.
rugby. You know Latrell is going to elbow and do all sorts of shit in every tackle. So can someone please do it back to him?
You know,
because-
Crichton, it's
Yeah.
illegal for him to miss a tackle.
Yeah. Yo's just
The
like a bloody truck. And
6
then
and
the
7
two
just
front
kick
rowers.
to 600 metres.
We're
hard
gonna
to
have
say
to
a
do.
bad
We're gonna
word
have to
about.
do something in the first 20 minutes. Start a blue or something.
Yeah, offset
you know?
it. Yeah, start the stink.
Just not a fucking punch on, but
nah,
just the old
fuck it.
classic RG bar.
They got to hit back. They'll punch back.
Yeah.
So fight whoever we think is their best player. They'll swing back. We'll both get sent.
Why
Why
don't we bring on Ezra to get steamrolled by Spencer, and then Spencer gets sent off?
Oh yeah,
Bit of maybe that's up Billy's sleeve.
yeah.
Sorry, Ezra, you're getting
we
used
just need
as a
to we
fucking
need to
bit of
do
meat.
something in the first 20 where
Something out of the box.
somehow we get the roll on instead of them.
And do you know those games, man, where everything just seems to go your way?
Can we have one of
literally,
them?
we literally need one of them. It needs to be one
Game
of those
2
ones.
last year for them. The
Yeah.
green was just rubbing.
Someone
right
needs
their
to
way.
suck off Ashley.
Is he reffing?
Oh, he probably would be the dog rooter.
My
From
NRL app's
fucking
awesome,
Bathurst.
so it's loading.
Fuck no.
But yeah,
Yeah. So that's probably enough.
Yeah.
Like we said, come Wednesday, it is going to be on. And we've still got another whole show to go before the game.
that's right.
We just had to do a bit of unloading on,
Our
with
thoughts.
the squad that he's picked. Like, obviously, there's others he could have picked. But with the squad that he's picked, what I only change that I would make is Horsburgh in on the bench.
Yep.
Nane
4.
in to start.
Yeah.
And then Capewell as a replacement or something.
Yeah.
So start Nane in the second row, bring Big Horse off the bench. But then, if you want to keep Carrigan and Liero where they are, whatever, but bring Paddy on fucking as soon as you can.
Early.
Yeah.
He's literally one of the best 13s,
Tell
if not the
Fodawaker,
best.
mate, you just need to go as hard as you fucking can for 12 minutes.
Yeah,
exactly.
And just try to take the sting out of Haas and King and Martin
Bend
and
the
all that,
line a bit.
and then we'll put Patrick
I
on.
don't doubt that there is a certain game plan in place for certain players, something that's going to be a bit different to a normal Origin game plan that Billy's got in place. He isn't just picking these blokes and going, "Yeah, boys, we'll just
I
do
hope
our
he's got a
job."
fucking plan.
Yeah, surely there is to have players selected like that and caliber missed out and on the bench. He has a certain game plan in place that is really going, fuck it, Hail Mary style play. This is my last chance to probably keep his coaching position.
And like maybe that's the best way to go about it. Like maybe little changes aren't enough to even make a difference from the first game. So we
5
might be fucking wrong, and Billy Slater might know more about rugby league than us three.
That
maybe.
would be really strange.
I'll tell you what, Aaron Woods didn't miss the cunt today.
What do
Nah,
you
he
reckon?
didn't.
Woodsy come out. I think I might have screenshot
Quote
it,
unquote.
actually.
Something about him being a grub.
Yeah, bit of that. No, I didn't. Look, I don't want to fuck it up.
I'm going to find out. because
Josh
it was-
Maguire, when he come on Alpha Blokes, referred to him as Sharon Woods.
Here we go.
Yeah, well, that's
Aaron Woods,
what's-
Billy Slater is the first thing.
He said something about Billy being a grub, and let's see that grub that we all know, or something. So he was into him. He didn't miss him. He said it was weak as piss or something. I don't know.
Well, like, what did he
quickly
do
doing a
to
bit of
say
reading.
that he
Well,
see
Jace
the
is
grub?
fucking reading the whole article here.
Well, they're really good with just highlighting what you want to actually find on
Out
Channel
of context.
9. Yeah, pretty
Here it
much
is.
said he's piss poor.
Rattled. Here we go.
Blast.
You'd be on the
scrub.
same thing as me, I reckon.
I'm going to Fox now, see how good they are.
Yeah, it was about the captaincy axing.
Oh, okay.
Saying you've come out and you've axed your captain, DCE. You said it wasn't a scapegoat, but it obviously is. I think that's what Woods is saying. Hang on.
But I don't think anyone, like, I don't personally think that Billy's trying to say Cherry's the reason why we lost, though.
No.
'Cause, like, that's what the scapegoat thing's referring to as, right? Trying to say, it was, now it's going to be better.
Here we go. So the quote you're directly talking about is, I want to see that real Billy Slater come out, the grub that we know of. This is a bloke who kicked John Scandalous in the head and got a 6-week suspension. Everyone wants to go, oh, he's such a nice bloke.
Yeah, there
So that's
you go.
his bit of angry quote, but everything else is just calling him pretty much just gutless and saying, I can't believe you've made Cherry your scapegoat when you've said
And,
he's
mate,
not.
as if they're
You're
not going to
weak as
just
piss.
pile on now that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
see
yeah.
us down and fucking.
I actually looked
Woodsy
up Woodsy's
is,
origin stats.
Did ya?
Played 5 series, won 1.
Yeah,
That was the
2014. And
one.
all he really was known for was a shit celebration where he did the big jump over
I
and
think he
missed.
only got picked under Laurie Daly, so I'm surprised he didn't get a recall this year.
That's probably why he's firing up.
But anyway, good on you, Woodsy, creating a bit of fucking hype. there about
Doing
the
his
game.
job for the New South Wales media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously doesn't like young William Slater.
But yeah, like you said, boys, we'll touch base on it more next week, and I'd say a lot will come out over the next week as well in camp.
If
and
I was the boys, there's 20 players in the squad, I'd fucking dead set switch my phone off.
Yeah.
And
You'd
just
have
lock
to.
in for 10 days and just go, right, no phones, don't listen to anything, and whatever happens, happens. Because
or do they use it as motivation,
not-
saying, "Look, boys, we are written off."
an honourable loss will not cut it, I don't think.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, it's not
Still
not
or
a
die.
thing where we're like, righto, we're really up against it. An honourable loss and the state will be all right.
No, fuck that.
No.
We need to
Go
win.
out there, try something ridiculous. I'm almost agreeing with you what you said up before game one, where we need the game breakers because we can't beat them at their game.
No.
We can't
We
beat
c-
him at polishing
We
toil.
can't beat them at what they do best. So maybe we do need the game
We need
breakers.
to take risks, and if it doesn't come off, we need
and we
to
get
have
flogged,
tried.
then whatever.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can Harry Grant just tell the boys when he's going to one hand pick it up, pretend to go to the right, pretend to go to the left, and then actually go to the right, that some cunt other than him knows what he's doing?
He does it every time. And it's just a little knock on. It's like, Harry, that's what I'm just want to see him play how he plays at club in that maroon jersey because fuck, he's next level.
The old
good, man.
pretend one way, pretend the other way, then actually go the first way drives me insane.
But he's good at it sometimes.
He'll probably score off it now, so that'll be good.
You know what? This probably is the most pressure that a squad for Queensland has had in a long, long time.
I reckon since that 06.
Yeah, and you know what they said? He told the boys, Lockyer and all that, said, if you don't go out and win this series, we're going to bleed in a whole new team and a whole new era for Queensland. Lockyer said, fuck off, let's win 8 in a row.
Yeah,
So-
that's what he said.
What he
Hey,
said.
Just do with that what you want, Queensland
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah, we've been in a position like this before.
Yeah.
And
Too many
fucking-
times.
Yeah.
Too many times.
So we'll see
And
how
we
we
just
go.
got to remember they've won one series in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we won the
huge.
2 before that. It's not all doom and gloom. It just looks really bad because we've lost the last 3 games in a row, and like
2 in a row at Suncorp.
2 in a row at Suncorp. Game 3 was an absolute fucking cracker last year,
Yeah,
but the other 2 we've been really badly dominated. One on the scoreboard, and the other one just in every stat,
Yeah.
and not so much on the scoreboard. But yeah, I got no doubt that you might put shit on it, but the spirit of the fucking jersey is real, and
Yeah.
It needs to be real.
I believe in it.
Needs to be.
And I'm believing in it because I need it to be real.
That's
Yeah.
all you can really sell your players is spirit. Billy needs to genuinely write a poem.
Well, you
boys.
can't say, boys, we are better than them on paper. We have the better cattle. We have better cattle. We just need our cows to be angry little cunts.
Hey,
With more
boys,
mongrel.
boys, if
Bite and
we don't drop it and we get to our kick, and the forwards get going forward, we'll beat them.
Nah.
Well, we need to do all of those things, but we might need to do something a bit
Hey,
extravagant.
Munster, Grant, and Ponga, and Hammer on the wing. Now is your time, boys, to have a crack at
Pong
some flowery
to win.
shit.
too. Pong hopefully has been
Pong.
trying something,
He's
something other,
nickname basis now.
something other than a goosey.
Yeah, maybe
loves
that
a
try,
goosey.
which we'll get to in extra time for the
Yeah.
Knights, has sparked something in him.
Hopefully,
True, got off the nudie run.
hopefully.
I just think you're right. Billy can't sit there and say we're a better team, but he can sit them at a campfire underneath the shade of a Coolabah tree.
With a harmonica.
Harmonica and say, boys, listen
Cork
to this.
hat.
Hang the jersey up,
Yep.
and it'll
Yeah.
start talking to them.
It
Yeah.
will. It'll float around and talk to the boys. You
Yeah.
got to channel in the spirit of
Yeah.
Queensland. Everyone's got a 4X in hand.
Before game. I like it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we got to try something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Righto, let's move on to a little bit of the games, eh?
Yep.
So, like I said, no Brisbane. They got to win 2 more games before they get a mention.
I
Papalii.
mean the All Blacks.
Yeah, the All Bronx.
What about the jerseys?
I loved it.
Well,
Obviously.
there was a few jokes getting around that they thought they were the All Blacks.
Yeah,
They played like the All Blacks.
Well-
I saw something that said this looks like All Blacks versus Argentina, and the
I did see
scoreline
that.
reflected
But
it.
what about the... no, don't talk about the Bronx in a positive way. There you go. What about the forward passes?
There was a couple.
There was so many.
One of
and I'm
them-
just going, fucking call something.
One of them got called back for a penalty prior to it on that right edge where Firma chased him down. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I think the other one went to Karapani, and the way he walked in was like he was going, someone going to pull me up on that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Couple
But
of dodgy,
anyway.
but take those 4 passes out. it's still a
It
thumping.
was good that they actually turned up for Renault's
It
300.
was. And that jersey was very cool, and it was for a great cause.
Yes.
Everyone has loved it, and that's probably been the most positive thing
The All
Broncos have
Bronx.
received
It did
in a
look
long
fucking.
time.
It did look really
It
good.
looks
did.
cool. I originally said these idiots think they're Penrith. That's why they're playing good.
Yeah.
And then someone said, I was thinking the All Blacks. And I'm like, that's way better.
The white on the back, and then just the white for the Black Dog Institute. It was
Yeah.
like, yep, they're channeling their inner 2011
Uh,
All Blacks.
There was a movie in Canberra on the weekend. I don't know if you saw it, but that was bullshit. How that all panned out was
There was a Bible verse.
there was a fucking movie
Mate.
getting made.
Ricky
surely.
Fairy
Stewart
tale.
crying.
Oh,
That
get
is
fucked.
That
eh?
is so good. Papa
so
just
Canberra.
nailing
How
the
do they
kick.
not win the comp
Oh,
when
It's
their
so
coach is
Canberra.
crying?
Man, it is so good.
Sorry, not the coach. Ricky Stewart is crying for his
in
bloke.
happiness.
In happiness.
Yeah.
How do they not win the
Yeah.
comp?
They're a proud
I hope
club,
they do.
And a lot of the times you
Yeah.
think it makes sense to get an ex-player to come in as a coach and it doesn't work. But the Raiders have proven that if you get someone who you cut open and fluoro green comes out,
Yeah.
eventually he's
Lime
going to lead
milk.
them to a comp.
And
It's
lime
gonna-
milk
comes out.
It'll just start
They've-
pouring out of him.
And they've stuck with him too. Like it's
True, the most fined coach in all the things.
Yeah,
like as in,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like he's had a
It's
clean
not like
slate.
they've had a good season every year either.
Yeah.
No, they've had ups and downs, but fuck, they're an entertaining team to watch this year.
Yeah, man.
Even going into halftime, you just had that feeling. You were like, Canberra will not do this in the
Mate,
second
just
half.
that passion that is there, that is a lot more than picking the right coach and stuff.
You know when-
you can't have that at every club. That's such a special.
Yeah. What they got going is unreal.
Yeah.
Their mateship at the moment would just be through the roof.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of synergy.
You know
in
when
that
we
team.
said, oh, fucking it was Canberra's grand final. They're playing them
Playing a
every
grand
week.
Every
Yeah.
week.
And
the
they're
fans,
winning.
The
Yeah.
fans think it's a grand final. Ricky think it's a grand final. The
Yeah.
whole team thinks it's a
mate.
grand
Yeah, everything that we've said this year that we're
Mate.
against is just coming true. Luke Metcalf just fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Like
Best
so,
seven in the comp.
after us just absolutely rubbishing our own team, I reckon we'll
I
win
don't
next
think
week.
anyone other
Surely.
than delusional Canberra fans thought they were going to do this year.
Imagine a
And they've done so
Canberra
well.
Canterbury.
Oh,
GF.
wouldn't that be a
Bro.
nice refresher?
Oh,
Just
that would be good.
Would be nice.
Good
Fuck,
for the
that'd be
neutral
good.
fan and good for their fans too.
Yeah.
I think-
Obviously, if a side further north can find their groove, it'd be all right too.
Oh, I wouldn't hate to see Broncos in
But-
the grand final.
Fuck, it'd be cool to see a Canterbury-Canberra.
I wouldn't
agree.
care who won.
Just how it's the year's going.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
like onto
Two
the-
teams who
Even
deserve it.
Wars, bro. Even if it was Canberra versus Wars.
Yeah.
Like those top three at the moment, if they were in the grand final,
You'd just
two
be
of those
happy.
three, you'd
happy
just
to
be
watch.
happy for them, happy for their fans.
Canberra.
Canberra deserve a new stadium too.
Congratulations to Papalii too for breaking the record.
Oi, mate, and
Scoring
he
2 meaties, kicking a goal.
and
That
he
was
was
awesome.
fucking awesome for Queensland and shit too.
Yeah,
through his
can
career.
Billy get him on the blower?
Yeah,
Surely he comes out of retirement for us. Just
We
for
need
one more game.
Get another old cunt.
Yeah,
Yeah, bring 'em all in.
Get
bring
Petro.
Papa.
Get Petro on the
Yeah,
phone.
Bring
get
Alf.
Webkey.
He looked in good
Get
shape.
all the old boys.
We brought Alf back from England once. So.
We can bring Papa back from
Um,
Canberra.
On the Dogs, though,
Mm.
the reason why you'd love to see him is because of that crowd and that energy they had got there on Monday.
Yeah, for
Again,
sure.
just unbelievable. That
love-
is one of the oldest rivalries. That
Yep.
Dogs Parramatta.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney, South Sydney is the oldest. That one stems from grand finals from 50 years ago.
When Para were good.
So, like that have that on the Monday is a perfect game.
Yep.
And then they got 60,000 there. Just the whole thing, 12 all at half time, and then it was just Para just shot themselves in the foot so many times in the second half. The amount of times they dropped it on the first coming out of their own end, it was just like, God, you'd be going insane if you were on the couch as a Para fan.
Oi, as
100%.
far as speed and fast players go, man, Mitchell Moses is pretty underrated, bro. He's fast.
Yeah, we'll get onto him.
It's funny. We said we didn't have much of a running game, and he seems to have one.
He has a
I like
great
that
running game.
Running game as far as how fast he fucking
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Like he was.
He's got long strides. He's got these
Yeah.
real long strides and long legs.
The
about
opposite
him.
of Bailey Smith.
Quite literally, yes.
But very controversial. I don't know why he had to do it. We haven't said a bad word about Mitchell all year.
Right.
Kick, put a bomb up, got tapped on the ankle. Like, as old mate was running through.
kick out.
Did you see it? Yeah, and he's thrown the head back like he's been shot. Just why?
Should get fined.
That was a sin bin.
Yeah, it's fucked. That is the
He knows-
softest fucking thing.
He knows how to milk penalty.
Just why would you do that, Mitchell?
Because he wanted the fucking
I
penalty.
thought, other than the 3 games a year, that we were on good terms.
Yeah, mutual.
I didn't mind you. Just respected you even after those 2 games in Origin last year, where you just dominated us.
Mate, he's a bloke who
And
knows,
you've just gone out and done that.
knows how to milk a penalty and doesn't give a flying fuck.
No, and he would be laughing at
He would.
everyone saying
Yeah,
this
okay.
shit.
Because he's going, if that's the rules, I'm going to fucking play him to get milk all the best out of him.
Yeah.
And if that's how he wants to run it, then that's fine.
One more thing that was also, I wouldn't say biblical, but Lockie Galvin scoring
fuck
on
him.
debut late in, and you just go, wasn't that going to happen?
So,
wasn't
did
that
they?
always going to happen?
Did he come off the bench and Sexton moved into hooker?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's how they're just going to run it?
No one knows. They asked all of them
Yeah, right.
after the game last night. They asked Sexton. They asked fucking Crichton. They asked Burton. They asked Galvin himself. And they all said, we don't know. We just trust the coach. Whatever
that's their
whatever
plan.
he thinks.
Like, Seraldo has to be coming up with a certain plan now, how to fit them into his spine. And
I just still cannot believe that they're so desperate to get a 19-year-old
Yeah.
kid who's played a handful of NRL games into this team.
it's alluding to Reid Marnie now getting the boot, and
Yeah.
their excuse is going to be, oh, he's too fiery. and
Yeah,
too
he
much
gives
of a-
away too many penalties.
Yeah, that's going to be their way to push him out and bring Galvin in.
But why? Like,
Mate, I
if
don't
he goes off and turns into a Nathan Cleary, but they wouldn't have done this for Cleary when he was 19. Or did they? I don't know. I
It
just-
wasn't really a dilemma.
No, I don't know.
It feels like
just-
I haven't seen many clubs have this dilemma.
it's not like you're getting a friggin'. Yeah, I don't know. You're not getting a premier fucking halfback.
No,
Gee.
I just want.
They made
to
all this
actually-
noise.
What's the team list?
I'll tell you who they should be making more noise over instead of Galvin is fucking Isaiah Katoa.
Yeah.
He,
Bro, did
he
as
has
a
had a
21-year-old
game.
player
Mate.
leading a team, is fucking killing it.
He is absolutely
Killing
killing
it.
Fuck, he's playing well.
If
Yeah.
you are in the Finns organisation and you're Christian Wolf, and the board has to be sitting there going, this is our chance to build a club around a half. Like, he's not marquee status yet, but they've lacked that marquee 6
He's
or that
in the-
big hooker. He is the bloke they need to look at now and go, how do we maximise our club around here?
Well,
He is
when
the
not only
need.
him, you got him and Hammer. Like when you got 2 strike players like that, that's great.
Yep.
Like
The way that Katoa takes the ball to the line is like not many other players do that.
Well, it's
like he's
more
not
a-
an early shift. He takes it to the line with a bit of footwork, and he's just so slick and is so aware of like his surroundings of the game, and that's not usual for someone young.
yeah, well that's what I was
an
going to say.
age
It's
thing.
like it's a half with experience playing, you know.
it's like a 30-year-old playing in a 20-year-old's body, and fuck, it's cool
No,
to
he's
watch.
he's been really
He's
good.
been really
He
good.
has been unbelievable.
And that's what I mean about they're blowing smoke up Galvin's ass so much, and it's just like obviously because of the controversy, and
Because
the
of
drama.
everything that happened.
But I mean, if you're going to blow smoke up a young bloke's ass in the halves, blow it up is.
Yeah.
Big time. Back to
Yeah.
Galvin quickly. He's named at 6
Oh,
against against the Bunnies, but Burton's in Origin
yeah,
camp in the
yeah.
reserves,
yeah.
so that could probably change. Usually the reserves
That
are
will
allowed to come
change.
back in.
Yep. He is the replacement player though, Burton.
Is he 18th man?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Right.
So Galvin.
So
will
Galvin
play.
will play
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Wow, that's going to be one I'm pretty keen to watch.
Yeah, see how they go. Sexy time still playing
It's
7.
a
Marnie
bit
at 9.
annoying because of how everything worked out and because you know the background with his, well, a little bit of the background with his manager and all that. I want the Dogs to do so well, but I almost want him to not do as good, just because I'm like,
I get what you mean.
nah, fuck ya. Like, come on.
Is
Why
it
did-
his fault though, or is
No,
it
I know
Gus
it's not,
Gould's
and
fault?
it's not. It's not at all. Not at all. It is his for
The
starting.
way he went about
hon-
it to just get a release from
It's
the
his
club.
for starting.
Honestly, I'm at the point where I don't hope that he does well or hope that he doesn't. I'm just genuinely keen to see how he steps up as a
Yeah.
young bloke with that much heat on him.
I wouldn't say keen, but I'm curious.
Mm.
I'm really curious to see what the Dogs are going to do and how they can adapt to almost a good headache.
And if hopefully they haven't just unwound what they've done so far. Like obviously he played on the weekend and they fucking won.
Yeah, against the Eels.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see if doing this throws the dynamic out a bit.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that it will though. I feel like they're fucking
The way they talk about Seraldo, apparently he's one of the best minds in the game. Like, he would have fucking lost sleep over this
Oh,
sort of thing.
for
you know,
sure.
Like, thinking about how it's all going to work. And then they've got the deal done. And Gus, obviously, as well.
Yeah, look,
Two
one of the
great
best
rugby
minds.
league minds. They've got something in place that we're not aware of.
Yeah.
Yet. They're not just going, fuck, we need to get Galvin in. We'll figure
look,
it out
guys.
later.
Sometimes you just need to rip the band-aid off and charge forward, and that's what Seraldo has done here.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how they go. All they can do is keep winning, I suppose.
I'm interested to see how they'll go back into the year, September, when it's really tough finals footy because we didn't see them much last year. I think they lost to Manly.
They did lose to me.
So I don't know. Can they step up in the big stage? I'm curious to see how that'll go too.
They'll be right.
Long time away though.
Should we put the tips in
Yeah, let's put
while
our
we're
tip in.
going?
I'm pretty sure I forgot to put him in last week, so that's awesome.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Lucky
look,
too, because I was killing it.
the podcast is definitely helps me put my tips in because I would
I know.
probably forget as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, that's
2
right.
out of 8.
I got 6 out of
that's-
8.
Yeah, you probably got 2 fucking away.
Yeah, I
tips.
think I did.
Oh, boys, Thursday night. It's the Shire Derby. Battle of the Shire. The Dogs bounce
Is that a
back.
derby?
Is it a derby?
Dogs
It's
bounce
fucking
back.
derby.
Damien Cronulla bounce back.
I
Jeez,
think
they were
Cronulla win.
ordinary.
Cronulla are usually a tough team to beat at Shark Park.
Well, I
And
think it's
except
one of
for
those
last
things that you
weekend.
still got fucking Hines, you got AFB, you got a lot of the guns there.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know,
like
but
they've
they-
lost
we
much.
And maybe the
against
Wars are just unreal.
Dragons are missing
they-
out on Val.
Val Holmes is gone.
Is that it?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about last week, boys. And I
Oh,
know
yeah.
you can't go back too far because of how
If you look
tight
at
the
both of them
competition
last
is.
week, they were both horse piss. So
Yeah, true.
the
Right.
Sharks were less horse shit than the Dogs were. So
We'll take the Sharks.
I'm going to take Sharkies.
It's just,
At about
again,
14 points.
Again, crazy how you get a side that was beaten by 30 at home by the Warriors and you get offered $1.30 from your
Yep.
bookmaker Neds.
But mate,
It's
even
just
the
one of those
whole
years.
even the whole comp though, I think the bottom team, which is the Titans now, I'm pretty sure is only
Yeah,
4
correct.
points out of the 8.
yeah, I know.
Still.
That's why I don't see how you can offer $1.30.
Speaking of Titans, are they going to beat Manly in the Battle of Des?
Do you know why? Because Cherry Evans is going to have the best game of his
Oh,
life.
won't he? Against his backflips
Fucking
team.
oath he
hope-
will.
I hope he does.
I mean, I think he will purely out of just like he's not going to carry on. I don't think publicly. He's a smart dude in what he says.
Yeah.
But I honestly think he will go out there and play his whole
Have
out.
a blinder?
Yeah, he's not
righto.
going to do it out of animosity towards Queensland. He's
he'll
just
just-
going to do it because he's good.
This is what you're missing out on.
He has
Yeah.
been very hit and miss, so he was missed
gonna hit.
last week, and hopefully he's hit.
Well, if there's any reason to have a good game,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
it's this one.
And I'm going to follow you in because you're mostly right. So
Yeah.
we'll go.
Well, you'll probably
Saturday.
lose, mate.
Yeah, tip the Titans, mate. Just tip them. Saturday, Roosters, Newcastle.
I don't know if I can tip Newey,
No, Roosters are going to fucking pants them.
especially if Crichton backs up. But he doesn't even need to. They've still got their halves. They've got Tedesco. They've got fucking yeah. And Ponga didn't back up after the last one either. So.
This isn't a backup game. This is this weekend.
Oh,
So they're out.
They're just
yeah.
not playing at all.
they're not playing.
No,
Yeah.
I'll just go and uppercut myself.
Which is a lot of the reason why Titans are just missing all their good players,
Yeah,
essentially.
that's why Sydney Roosters will win.
Yeah, they will win and they will aggressively win.
Oh, here we go. We got a derby.
Oh, it's raining Queensland derbies. This is the biggest of them all.
Why would you put it on this weekend?
Yeah, it's
Dickhead.
It's rude, eh? Fucking hell.
No cunts playing.
Nah.
In the
You want
derby.
look when you look at the calendar year, you really put a big circle around Saturday, 14th June, the fucking derby, Queensland Cowboys versus the Finns, and
What's this derby called? Because
the fucking
you got, hang on, Battle of Brisbane. This is all the Broncos ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Cowboys
Reef
one.
and beef.
4X.
I don't know what the Cowboys, the Cowboys one's called, but it's
The Cowboys one's just 4X, dude.
It's either
no, it's just the OG.
it's either
Yeah, but it's
reef and
called-
beef or surf and turf. You got a dolphin and a fucking
Surf and turf.
cow.
Yeah, well, and then they call the Broncos Titans the M1 derby.
Yeah, well, think about it. Dolphins claim themselves to stretch from Moreton Bay all the way to Mackay.
That's
so
right.
maybe it's the North Queensland
Yeah,
derby.
North Derby. Anyway, who are we
It's
going
a
to
fucking
tip?
derby.
Are we tipping Isaiah
Yeah.
Katoa?
Fuck
Yes.
yeah. We can't suck him off
Well,
that hard and then go
you
against
can't
him.
really tip off who's missing because you don't really know how the blokes filling in are going to play. But what you do know is Katoa's in
there?
red hot form.
Yeah.
And he's
No
there.
did.
No did.
Who's lining up
Cowboys
for
are
them?
missing a lot.
Who is going to line up for them? Does that mean what's his name's going to play? Fucking
Cliffy.
Oi, can I just say, Jack Bostock or Bostock, I don't know how you pronounce his
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Fuck, wasn't that a nice try when he just flew? That was like an AFL style specky.
the big
Yeah,
long.
he got up.
Is
didn't
he a Queenslander?
Not
I'm
sure,
not
mate.
sure at all.
I'd have to-
Because
I'm not going to sit
while
here and
we're
lie,
looking
which I
about
do a lot.
while we're looking and talking about future possibilities, he is the right stature.
21
for-
years old too. 1.94.
So you know what I mean. If he's a Queenslander, couple of years
Ooh.
time.
Birthplace is Fig Tree, New South Wales, but that
Ow!
means fuck all.
That doesn't
Fuck off!
Where's Shell Harbour?
Oh, do you
Yeah,
need
that's down
another?
there.
Okay, well, so he's a New South Welshman.
Well, he can fuck off.
Yeah, he actually isn't even that good at jumping up and catching
He
anyway.
sucks.
Anyway, there goes that. I thought I was on to the next Queensland winger.
He
That
would
is
probably
like-
be in conversation if he was.
She's proper fucking Dragons territory, isn't it? Down there,
You'd
Shell
think
Harbour.
so.
Yeah, big plants, Dad.
Anyway, but that doesn't stop us before.
No, that's right. He might be keen. He might not like kissing his dad.
That's right. He might just say, "I don't want to play for you. I want to play for
He
this
might have
Maroon
got
team."
weaned off the lips like the normal cunts here at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And fucking he wants to play for Queensland,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yep, just like GI
And
Sucked
Tino.
in. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'll rage, bait.
Yeah, we'll be sure.
Anyway, my tips are in. I'm going to get 5 from 5.
We got
Dogs?
another bit of a
Dogs versus.
The Good Friday derby,
sorry.
not on Good Friday.
The
think-
dogs and the rabbits.
I think the dogs win.
It's got to be the Dogs.
I got
Bunnies looked all right in that first half with Cody Walker
I
back.
got 7 last
Did
week.
you?
The only one I got wrong was fucking Manly. How'd they lose that?
Oh, wasn't that disgusting second half performance?
Anyway, not to worry. Let's move on to a bit of AFL.
Let's.
We'll move through it pretty quick.
I've got a bit of off-field stuff
I've heard.
we can discuss before we get into
Well, I'm
the
only
games.
going to say the Hawks finally turned up. Thank you for that, guys.
It's
That is
about
all.
time.
That is all.
That's
on
all
them.
you got to say?
Yep.
Right, mate. There's a bit going on in the Tassie saga. So there's huge news surrounding the 19th licensed team.
I heard there was
Tassie
even
Devils.
tears on the fucking telly.
There's a fair bit going on, mate.
There was crying going on.
I'm not going to dive deep into the politics side of it, but it's obviously in serious doubt after there's been a no confidence motion against Tasmanian Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe. He was passed amid debate over the new stadium proposed in Hobart. So Tasmania, the government, the team, and the AFL, their contract and their agreement is that if they want to have a new club, they need to build a new stadium. It's not you can use Launceston, you can use Hobart. The whole reason that they're coming in their contract is build a stadium or you're not coming in essentially.
Who builds it? Government.
Government has to pay for it. And it's going to be pricey. It's like a 30-odd thousand seater with a dome over it. And now the government's weighing up. No one really wants it down there. There's a lot of shit going on behind doors. And now the AFL's looking at it and Tasmania's looking at it going, what do we do here? Because Jack Riewoldt, he's their ambassador, and he got on the Fox Footy panel, the Channel 7 panel, and he pretty much said it's black and white. If there's no stadium, there's no team.
Fox Footy it would have been.
So
Sorry, Jack.
I don't know what your opinions and thought on it is, because I look at when the Suns come in and GWS come in, they had new stadiums, but they are not appealing. NG, we love to get on here and shit on NG because it is such
But
a
it's
below
mostly because
average
no
ground.
one goes.
No one goes to it.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a poor looking stadium. So I get the idea of the AFL wanting to have that big draw, especially in Tassie, but it feels wrong that you've got a club with 200,000 members that have, obviously because it was discounted prices, but everyone steered into that.
200,000.
207,000, I think the number was, because they were doing like $10 memberships.
Holy fuck.
One of the biggest membership counts in like world sport. People got around it so hard.
That's double anything else.
Exactly. People got around it so hard when it first came out, just for the novelty of
So
it.
how does old mate say that they don't want it then?
I haven't dived into the politics enough.
I need his fucking thesis on why he thinks that the state doesn't want it.
So
if there was Collingwood have got 100,000 members, mate.
Well, it's not.
200,000?
It's not 200,000 Tasmanians though. I think it's because it was a $10 fee or something really low,
Yeah,
and it was
right.
literally just to say that you're a member and you got like a hat or some shit. It's not like membership to games. It was literally a novelty thing that they done. But the
Still feel
numbers
like
are
it's a
still
lot.
that's a lot of numbers, and I think if you're willing to throw away a team of that caliber and all that following just because of the stadium. Like, what's your thoughts on it? Because I think you can play at Hobart for a bit, or you can play at
build them
Launceston
and
for
you
a bit.
can't. Just fucking what else
So
are you
you
going to
think
spend it on?
AFL's within their rights to just go, Dylan's in his right to go, nah, you're not going to fucking abide by your contract. We're pulling the plug.
Well, what's he supposed to do? Go, oh, yeah, he can build it in a few years. You're right. And then they never do.
It's a tough
then-
one. It's really tough because who else could possibly take that 19th license? You're not, like, no offense, Darwin. You just get a few games up there, but no one's going to want to build a club up there. You're not going to get the same following. Tassie has been yearning for it for years. So can the
So just
Tasmanian
fucking
Premier and
follow
the Tasmanian
contract and build
government,
it.
can they? Yeah, exactly. Just abide by your contract. The fact that this is even up in the air right now is like the overwhelming support and everyone's giving you. Just fucking build the stadium. Stick to your fucking contract. I don't
I
know.
agree.
I'm hard torn because I don't want to see the club go down the drain just because you can't build a stadium. But why the fuck can't you just build the stadium?
You got to stick to your guns, I think.
Stick to your
You
guns.
can't.
But this is such a loss for the AFL and Tasmania. If Tasmania don't pull this off, they are done. I don't think the AFL will look back and go, oh, we'll give you another chance.
They'll get it done.
Like they
Surely.
need to get this done. I can't believe it's even in conversation right now.
I like the fact that they're going to put a dome over it.
I don't mind that too.
It should be fucking
Quite
cool down
windy
there.
and cold down in Tassie.
That'd be long and cold.
Yeah.
One of
Imagine
the
the
longer
Perth teams
and-
coming long
Except
and
for
cold.
the Melbourne teams. Not so long. Or cold.
So interested to see
Nah,
how
hopefully it all
that's gonna
happens.
unfold.
Nice bit of research you done there.
Yeah,
mate.
that
Like,
was
I-
fucking.
I
I, was
kinda-
just sitting there, just
that was
I had
Tommy
to.
Morris style.
I had to. Don't please. Don't
coming into
compare
his
me to him.
own.
I thought you were going to say fucking Sam McClure again.
Nah. Oh, yeah, that is
Oh,
you. I
apparently I
forgot
look
about
like
that.
him.
It's like anyone with glowing red hair just looks like Chase.
Essentially. Yeah, but I wanted to do a bit of research in that because I don't want to get on here and go, yeah, I think there's something going on down there like I
yeah, no, I
usually
like
do.
it. I like your work.
And someone will
fucking weird,
still
Let's make it
find-
happen. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, come on,
You've
Tassie.
got to get it done.
Tassie, AFL, just pull your fingers right out and make it work.
Yep. They
Well,
will.
you don't get many opportunities to do cool shit like that, do you?
I think when you get the overwhelming support of 200,000 people sign up for a hat.
You've announced, yeah. I don't know what exactly the membership entailed of, but
Yeah, but who cares? They're the
still,
numbers.
They are
That's
the
what we're
numbers,
going with.
black and white, and you've announced
They've been
your
screaming out for
logo.
a team. You're not going to play at Launceston.
Give it to them.
Just
Yeah.
give them a stadium.
You've got Guernseys. You've
You can
got
play
logos.
the fucking Big Bash there as well.
You've got ambassadors, yeah. Like Tassie needs that draw.
You've got a
They're-
name for your team.
Exactly right. You are.
Devils.
Yeah.
They're sitting
And it's
down
a
there
cool
hiding
name.
at the moment, and they want to be brought into the fucking stardom.
Don't let
into
them
the
go
limelight.
extinct like the tiger.
Exactly, Tom. Exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just feels like it could be such a wasted opportunity. They're gonna have a lot of picks from the AFL too.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna be a good team. They're not going.
See,
AFL will not let them fail.
The AFL, yeah, I know you say that, but the other two that they've started in the last fucking decade and a half.
Yeah, Suns haven't been so great.
But
That's why I feel like they'll learn from
this
those
one's
mistakes.
got to be different because of where it is
Yeah, 100%.
located.
All they know down there, all they want is an
Yeah.
AFL team.
Well, it's pretty much a separate country.
Yeah,
Essentially, it
I
is.
mean, like it's fucking literally isolated on its own. And if it has one team there,
yeah.
like even in
Look
you
at how they
at-
get around the
even-
Hurricanes.
But
in the Big
even like
Bash.
you go down to local sports, whenever you've just got one team in one town, the camaraderie and the fucking the support there is better than if one town shares 4 fucking teams, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be a similar way that in a much bigger level.
It's not the Gold Coast where no one gives a fuck.
No,
about
exactly
AFL.
right.
No, they've got their thing.
They don't even care about rugby league that much.
No, they get
And
around
then
a bit of cricket.
It's not Greater
sometime.
Western Sydney where they just live and breathe rugby.
yeah.
And you've also got the Swans there to compete with.
Exactly,
They get
man.
30,000 there every time.
There'd be
so
a passionate support
You go into a
network.
market that has wanted a team and has needed a team for a long
so
time.
build the fucking stadium.
Just put your shit aside.
stadium.
Build it.
Right, go on, hurry up.
Murder. I think murder is the right thing.
Well,
It was murder at the
Not
Oval.
really. 4
it
points.
wasn't
But
really. It was very.
Quite a close game.
A lot of people said, even Crows fans said, Brizzy blew it.
They did.
And I did watch a bit of the highlights of the end of the game, and they did miss a lot of chances. But
Crows are more efficient, obviously.
exactly, it is
but
what it is.
At the same, it's just one of those. Sometimes you just have those games where you kick into saying it right, and it was weird for Lions because they seem like such a well-oiled team in those kind of situations in the fourth. That's when they really capitalise in recent times.
I have a small problem with when you say the Lions blew it. They had so many chances because let's say they kick one of them and they go back in front and the ball goes back in the middle. All of a sudden, the Crows are hungry.
They're playing a different type of game.
They're playing a different game. So let's just can that.
They did have Zach Bailey did have 2 chances that
They're
he blew.
in front.
Yeah.
So
Lockie Neal had a really good chance.
yeah, but if they kick one of them, the rest of they don't get the rest of those chances.
It's not fair to say that the Crows didn't
yeah,
win.
that's
Lions
like
just
saying
blew it.
if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. Like it's just fucking. That's how it went.
What's that fella say on that?
If your aunt has wheels, should be a
Yeah.
bicycle.
If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike.
Yeah. Well, it's the same sort of thing, right? Up the fucking Crows.
Anyway, up the Crows. He's going well. What's the ladder? What's the table
They're
look
sitting in
like?
third now, 2 points behind the Lions. And, dude, they're going to be an exciting team.
I told you
come
we
throughout the year.
fucking welded the nest up, didn't
I
I?
had a feeling these were going to be top 8. I was like, maybe they'll lift up a bit.
Yeah,
but,
well, let's just woo. We're only halfway through the fucking
Yeah.
season.
bro, their forward line is so
Well, we got an
exciting to
easy
watch,
game
though.
this week.
Who you's got,
You got
mate?
the bye, don't you?
Oh, I got the poos and wees.
Oh, you do? No, you don't have the bye. Just said you got the bye.
May as well.
At the G, here's a contest. That'll be a
That'll be
ripper.
great. This is that
What's your
period.
actual thoughts on the game?
Well, I'm glad Hawthorn turned up and beat the Bulldogs last week.
You needed
Hopefully,
to.
we're back into a bit of form, and it should be a cracking game. Should be a cracking
oath.
game.
That'll be a great
Especially
game.
if Adelaide bring out that let's not worry about defending style of game that they can.
Yeah, like that.
What are you doing
that
Friday
game
night,
on,
Rover?
Yeah, well, sounds like we'll be watching the fucking
Oh, I
footy.
should fucking make an effort and come out and watch it, maybe.
and
Yeah.
annoy the fuck out
Watch
of him
another-
all game with the little squawker.
I
love
might
that.
bring it with me.
Yeah, we'll sort something out.
That was
Yeah.
probably one of Crow's most low-scoring games, other than that shit fest against GWS.
Where you bet on them.
But yeah, bet on the overs. Great idea.
Nah, good
but
on
it was
'em.
wet weather footy.
Good
so
on 'em.
That is what it is.
Other than that, we can talk about Geelong and the Gold Coast.
Oh, mate, there wasn't much to report from it. That was a sloppy
Terrible
game.
Only
sheeting
because
down
I just
in
wanted to
Geelong.
say how Hardwick was so furious that what we discussed last week about this was their big test. Go down there.
Haven't ever won a GMHBA.
Compete against Geelong, show everyone that you mean business, and then they turned up and did that.
Mm-hmm.
He was furious.
They-
he was not a happy man.
If the weather's dry, it's a different game, and I reckon both teams score 100 points.
Yeah, right.
But there was such a that second quarter was so tough to watch, and the stoppages were killing everyone. But it
Yeah.
started to dry up at the end. Geelong just looked a bit better.
Well, I'll tell you what would have been hard to watch for anyone who went to Big Hands Oval
Oh,
in
mate.
Bunbury on fucking Sunday.
The sun was
Oh
shining.
my God! There was not a cloud in
Glorious.
the sky. It was a glorious day. We sort of flagged it earlier in the year where North Melbourne took 2 home games to WA.
Yep, I
and
remember
played
that.
in the regional town, and it's called Hands Oval. So obviously we called it Feet Oval.
Of course.
Layup.
Feet circle.
And I've actually screenshotted the halftime score. It was 21-14
Oh.
at halftime to the fucking Kangas.
Yeah.
Was the ball flat?
Kangaroos.
Nah, they just suck.
Oh, they were terrible, man. they were
wow.
terrible. It
That's
ended up
that's
being
like
like
the women's game score,
North.
isn't it?
So West Coast kicked away in front, and North come back and won. It ended up being a bit of a spectacle to watch.
Liam Ryan kicked a goal in the third, and the crowd literally was like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
because they had
it
it
was
was actually
terrible.
kind of cool to see because the Oval was in good nick, but they had bleachers in the car park, like temporary set up scaffold,
Love it.
and it was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. But why you got 2 such shit teams?
That's probably why, because you can't take a big game over there that fucking wouldn't fit everyone in.
no, it's true.
Um,
The only other thing I was just going to say about Geelong was that Tom Stewart hit on
back
Noah
to his
Anderson.
team again.
Oh well, mate, everyone's talking like
No,
I've
I
seen
do.
a lot
That
of mixed
was,
reviews.
Did he get suspended for that?
No.
Good.
Thank God, because that was
Oh.
the cleanest instance of going into a contest and going, I'm going to choose to just fucking fold this
bump,
cunt.
and
The
I didn't
typical
make any
classic
contact
bump.
with the head.
No.
If he had got a fine or even a fine from that,
Yeah, I would have
that would have
down.
been like a turning point in the whole game.
100%.
As in like the entire AFL.
It hurt him.
If
He
you
was
were
fucked.
gonna-
That was his intention.
Exactly.
That's what
if
you
you're
do a
gonna
bump for.
Fine or suspend someone over that, then we need to rewrite the fucking rule
Yeah,
book. So I'm glad that
100%.
nothing happened.
Well, that's
there.
good.
You got a contest for the ball, and if you're electing, I'm going to go for a bump, and the other bloke's going, well, I'm not.
You know
you,
the
you
risks.
you put your body in the line, exactly.
No, but the bumper knows the risks.
He did,
If I get
and-
this one bit wrong, I'm gone, suspended.
didn't.
And he didn't.
creamed him in
So-
the ribs, bit of whiplash got him, and
Yeah.
he was down and out. But there was no head contact, nothing dangerous.
Well, that's good.
That's fucking. I loved it.
Yeah.
I genuinely loved
That's
it.
fucking.
That's footy.
Carlton tried their hardest to lose,
Didn't they ever?
and so did Collingwood. But that was great for the game.
I really liked that. 78,000 at the G, I
Yeah,
think.
for the big freeze.
freeze, obviously, that's like a great
They
spectacle.
had
every
everyone
year.
dressed up in the costumes, sliding down into the
Nice.
ice bath and that before the game.
Yep.
And then, yeah, it looked like Collingwood were going to just, gradually skip away with it. And then the D's made a great
Collingwood-
contest out of it.
Collingwood won that fourth quarter in a very Collingwood sort of way. Like, D's were a bit rushed and flustered and
Yeah.
trying to punt the ball down into
Especially
the forward
poor
50.
old Maxi at the end.
Actually, at the end, yeah. That actually, did you see
Fell
a
for
bit
the
of
bloke.
footage surface from that?
Yeah, I
with
did.
him and Stephen
Don't
May?
read into it at all.
That's why I just think the journos are sitting there just licking their lips,
Oh.
making a story out of something that probably is nothing at all.
But at least they're making a story out of something that happened.
Yeah,
They're not just fucking fiddling around
but if
in managers' inboxes.
if someone, if
something.
like any other club does that, if the Lions do that, if Big Oscar does that with fucking Hugh McCluggage, no one bats an eye really. But it just happened to be the D's.
I know.
Happened to be Gorney, who has been their front runner, and Stephen May, who has been in and around
A bit of-
speculation.
a bit of controversy too.
100%,
with
like,
fighting with teammates.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it could not have happened at a. I wouldn't say a worse time.
I
but
thought it looked like he
easy.
went to comfort him, sorta.
Well,
Like,
Gorney
say
was
it's all
unimpressed
good.
with his kick, and as he should be, he went from hero to zero very quickly. Great intercept mark, shanks it, and then I was like, oh, okay, he's getting a bit of like, people saying, don't worry about it, mate. And then,
But what do you do if you fuck up like that, and your mate comes over and tries to make it all better? I'll tell him to fuck off too.
but did it look like that? He looked pretty fucking stern. I
Maybe-
imagine Stephen May
maybe.
had some strong words for him.
Oh, anyway,
That's why it's too hard to depict what he's saying.
at least they care,
yeah.
So-
It showed that Gorney cared.
and it's given the journos something that actually happened,
Mm-hmm.
not like your mate, fucking old Tommy Morris.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
just making up shit.
Just put up a post on his Twitter or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know what it was. But he said Jamara Ugle-Hagen's been in the headlines, or not really, all year because he's just uninterested in footy, doesn't want to play, doesn't want to train. And was he number one draft pick?
Mm-hmm.
Or he was
up and around there.
high up in the draft.
Yeah.
Bulldogs don't know what to do with him. Old mate's put a thing out that says Jamara has told several people close to him that he likes the idea of living in Sydney and playing for the Swans next year. And Jamara wrote back to it and said, none of my friends would talk to you. Fucking basically shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just go, why do they do that?
Where is his source coming from?
No, but even if he's got one, why? Just wait until there's something to report on and report on that.
Because he just wants to just
Report
have a
on the
story.
games that happened, or report on a hit that happened, or
not how it
someone got
works.
suspended. Not
The reason that everyone
I'm going
knows
to dig and prog.
the reason everyone knows Tom
Prog-
Morris
prod.
and fucking Sam McClure is because they have these outrageous, even Kane Corns now, they have these outrageous hot takes on AFL and like trade speculation where they just go, if I put some mayo on
Do you know why it is? Is because they never get any repercussions on if they do fake
And
news.
now we're
it's-
talking about it.
Yeah, and you know what I mean?
They've
though?
got
If,
us.
if they put out fake news to defame a bloke and it doesn't come true, if they got punished for that, it wouldn't happen.
No,
but
for
they
sure.
fucking don't.
There's no- yeah.
They can just go willy-nilly writing shit.
Yeah.
And
So
nothing
someone
happens.
told me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jamara wore a Swans
That's why
jersey
they
when
do
he
it,
was
man. Because they
11
go,
years old.
I might be the first one. If a 20% chance of this coming off, if it happens, I'm the bloke who.
I'm getting the reported by Tom. Yeah, blah,
But now,
blah.
even if it is true, I'm still like firmly in the no. Just wait for it to be true. And
Wait
then
till
report on
trade
it.
period, or wait
And
till
then
it comes
report
out
on
and
the
says.
fucking thing. Fucking hate it. Anyway,
Yep.
that's enough AFL for you.
Yeah,
do
that's all
some
I got,
tips,
mate. Let's put
and
some
then
tips in.
I'll get into a bit of left field sports. Looking forward to it. Actually,
We've got some out of season
There's one
sport
first.
too.
There's one more game first on Thursday.
Oh, fuck that game.
at
Up
big,
the Dogs.
at big fucking Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
At Avengers.
Look, St Kilda. Oh, at DC.
Look,
Both teams love it there.
got to tip the Dogs.
Got to be the Dogs,
Got to
but
tip
doesn't
the
it?
Dogs.
Bounce back. St Kilda suck.
I'll tip Hawthorn. Oh, it's in
It's
Tassie.
not at the G, it's at Tassie.
You fucking beauty.
Is that good for you guys?
That's good for
That's
us.
good for Hawthorn. Yeah.
Oh,
If it's blowing a gale like it was last
Oh,
time,
that was fucked up.
it's just a matter of who gets which end of the field.
Yeah, we actually won that game in the third quarter, kicking into the breeze because we didn't allow fuck all goals.
Mm-hmm.
That was how we
so
won.
on the tipping app, looks like 65% Hawthorn, 35 Adelaide, and about $2 compared to $1.83.
Yeah,
in your
with
favour.
Neds, I think, they'll.
It's a close
I think
one.
that's a great price for Hawthorn, just because of the history. Just because of the history.
No, wait, mate, that's fine. Fuck you. I'm going. Obviously, it's easy for me and you to tip here.
Yeah, exactly.
Jace, what are you going?
I'm going to go Hawthorn. And it's a Tassie. It's 100%.
It's Tassie.
100%.
He's tipping Tassie.
I'm
you
tipping
can-
Tassie.
you can
Because
go
if
and
this was
get
at
fucked.
Adelaide, I would tip Adelaide too.
No, wait, mate,
There you
that's
go.
fine.
But it's
That's
definitely-
fine.
What about at the
tipping.
G?
At the G, oh,
That's a hard one. But
Just
it's
be-
not, so don't worry about
it's
it.
not. Yeah, stop asking me so many questions.
No, that's fine.
These next two
great.
look
we're gonna
pretty
have to. We'll
straightforward.
try and make sure we watch it together.
Righto.
Give me a message.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, I'll forget
Yeah, I'll just
all
go
about
fuck
it.
myself. Hey, I'll just watch it on the couch.
Well,
below.
Jay,
Well,
you
you'll
can
have
come
work
too, mate.
Saturday, mate.
Yeah, true.
Fucking big hard
Nah,
worker.
fatigue weekend, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
come out and watch it.
Yeah, I'll see if I
Just
remember to
drink
text you.
fuck all piss.
The GWS are just no good. I've written them off.
Yeah, I'm done with them
I'm
too.
done with
I
them.
can't believe it's sitting seventh.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm done.
I can't believe they didn't beat Port Adelaide at Monica.
I know.
So they're just going to be up and down all year, and it's going to be a down week for them.
Yeah, hopefully the Lions can bounce back for the tips.
They'll bounce back big time.
And you should just absolutely punish.
We should
Essendon.
win by 100 here.
Yeah, righto. Is this like as good as?
Crows overs.
No, remember when they played West Coast over there, and I said how long would it have to be, and he said
all the
they'd
way
have to go
around.
the opposite way.
Around the planet.
They'd have to go the opposite way around the planet. Oh.
Nah, but you just think we're starting to really come into our groove at the moment now.
Yeah.
And surely our speed bump is not
Little
Essendon.
Pipsqueak didn't play on the weekend, did he?
Nah, I had a bit of a rest, mate. So Max Holmes said, I'll just get 40 touches and run 4,500 metres.
Max Holmes said, "Hey, make another granny so I can pull me string and not get a medal."
Oh, yeah, poor cunt.
Didn't he do it in the prelim
Against
last
Lions. And that's when the game started to really go downhill too for
Oh,
us. As soon
man.
as his running game went off and he went off, Lions just
So
slowly
the year
chipped
they
away.
won the flag in 22, Tom, Max Holmes, been one of their best all year, done his hammy in the prelim.
Oh.
So the way our sports work, if you don't play in the grand final, you don't get a fucking medal or a ring.
Yeah.
Whereas
Bob,
overseas...
remember Bob Murphy 2016?
Yep.
Perfect
If
instance.
overseas, in any of their sports, if you play a minute, you get a fucking winner's medal.
Of any game in the year.
Any game.
Yeah, right.
Which is like, I don't know.
You sort of. Yeah, it's a hard
it
one,
makes
isn't
sense
it?
because you got them there.
Yeah, you help.
So, anyway, done the string, doesn't get the medal, doesn't play grand final. They won by about 3,000 points.
Yeah, it was
And
a
then
humping. Great.
Last
day, too.
year, they were up in the prelim, and with fuck all time to go, he pulled the string again. They he's lost.
And one of the
Which in
best
the
finals.
one of the
in a
best
long time.
finals you'll see, they've lost. But you're just going, fuck, man. If the Cats win this final and make the grand final again, and this poor cunt
That's
has
fucked.
done his string.
Yeah, I wish that upon any
Oh,
cunt.
it was almost
No
like
way.
at the same time.
So early in his career too.
Yeah.
So early in his
So-
career.
Well, at least it's early. Like, is it all good now? Is he in a good?
Yeah, he hasn't had
playing
many
well.
problems with it in a while. And he's one of the
Fucking
best.
touch
Since
wood.
the prelim last year.
Please don't bring this up.
Oh wow! What's the odds for him to do his hammy this game?
Please stop.
Please stop.
No,
Don't
it's
even
not a
mention it.
prelim.
Well, maybe Baz has taken it because he was a late out with hamstring tightness.
Yeah, and he said he wouldn't have played against the Dogs.
Yeah,
if
the
it
only
wasn't
reason he did it
Dogs.
because it was for
Yeah.
the Dogs.
So after all that, we're tipping Geelong.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
don't be fooled by this, boys. This is at Optus Stadium in the West. North, again, opting to
Freo.
have another home game against a West Australian team over there. Smart.
This is going to be proper hump city.
You reckon?
Freo are going to hump.
North
and
coming
thump.
off a win, big win in Bunbury.
Oh, yeah. And it's not very long, is it? Because they've been there for a week.
Well, it's not like they flew back and then back over.
No, it's
anyway,
definitely gonna be
Freo
Freo.
should win.
Gee, this one's
Wow,
going
this
to be a
is a toughie.
shit game.
If Melbourne play like they did last week, they will win.
I'm
That's
going
what-
Wine
yeah,
Adelaide here.
They kick one more goal. Look, I know it sounds dumb and obvious, but they kick one more goal and have one more better possession. They beat Collingwood, and people are going, "Fuck, D's are the real deal again."
Yeah.
So they're so close to just fine tuning it. But I think they'll be Port don't beat GWS and then go, "Let's win again." They go, "Let's go to sleep."
That's true. That's true. And the double game at Optus this weekend.
Oh, the double header.
How good is that?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Carlton.
It's going to be a real great game for the neutral
Carlton
fan,
should
isn't
go
it?
straight there. Don't detour and make it longer. Just fucking go
Get in,
straight
do
there.
your job, get out.
I'm tipping Carlton.
Carlton will win by like 15 or something. Let him back in real late.
Righto. There's the tips. Now, I've got a bit of left field sport. Well, not left field for some, but it would be for you, Tom, definitely. The men's French Open final on Sunday night was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, I only got to see a 20-minute highlight package, but that was all I needed to see. Just unbelievable. It was the longest French Open final ever, the third longest final ever after a couple of Aussie Open ones that just went on and on. Alcaraz was down 2 sets to love. Then he won the third set, and he was down 2 sets to 1, 5-3 to the other bloke, 40 love, three
championship
points. And he come back from there and won.
Oh, wow. That
How's
is
that?
fucking wild.
And proper won it by winning. Like, old mate still played unbelievable. Alcaraz just hit winners from fucking anywhere for 2 hours.
That's massive.
one you'll
3
take with you
championship
forever.
points.
3
That-
championship points. It wasn't on old mate Sinner's serve. It
Yeah.
was on Alcaraz's serve, so it was love 40. He still had the balls.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Is
bro.
it fair to say that those two are going to be the big dogs going
well,
head to head for
they're
a long time?
1 and 2 in the world. The women as well, 1 and 2 in the world played each other, which was pretty cool. I don't know when the last time that would have happened, where the 1 and 2 seed both made the final, and the 2 beat the 1 in both cases. So,
True.
mate, just
That's cool.
fuck, man. The last 5 minutes of the match, Alcaraz just hit winners.
Just got into
Is
a
that Clay,
won
French
the-
Open?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is, isn't
So it's like renowned for having long matches because the ball fucking sits up.
Slows up a bit.
Yeah, and they can slide all over the joint. Whereas in a month's time at Wimbledon, on the grass, it just zips through and you have like these super short matches, especially the big servers.
That's right up my alley.
Yeah, there you go. So, mate, just... You can't write that. Love 40
Oh, that's
down,
awesome.
3 championship points in the 4th set, and you come back and win.
That's one of
He's
those
like-
moments where sport's just unreal
Oh, I
for
know.
that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
100%. Regardless
I-
who you want to win.
Anyone who had the privilege of being there would have they'll never forget it.
Mm.
Like, he was, because he was down 2 sets to love, for the next 3 sets, every time he won a big point or a big game, he was doing this, like, saying, let
Yeah,
me
where's
hear
the
you.
Yeah, yeah,
noise.
come
Pumping
on.
the chest, like trying to get himself up and about.
Oh,
and then,
man, what
There's
was the
nothing
celebration like?
I
at-
just done the classic tennis player fall on the ground.
yeah,
Yeah.
great one. That's a great move.
That's a good one. Oh,
like
yeah,
just
if all-
snipers in the crease.
Especially on the fucking, especially on
else
the
fails.
clay too. You get up and you're just covered in shit.
Yeah.
I don't think you
real
care.
winner.
You got to feel for old mate.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't.
Only because he's the drug cheat. That, from what I've read since, it was that minute of an amount that was in him, and he does seem like a good bloke. I
So
know
now
I
you
just-
are going
Oh
towards
no, he still
You
did
had some
it.
strong
He still did it,
words.
and he pled guilty, and he got done. And now he's heavily tested. Obviously,
He is
And
the
obviously
Ezra.
not rubbed down by that Druggo
that's
cream
right.
guy.
Druggo cream boy.
So look, all the fucking lines pointed to him being a grub, but I don't know.
Well, maybe
Just
that was his justice.
the way that he speaks.
true.
He's just like, compared to the woman that lost, Arena Sabalenka.
Didn't she completely blame it on her? She was like, "Oh, I lost it. She didn't win it."
Yeah, so she's got
One of them.
She's got she threw the Australian Open away too earlier this year. She's made both because of her on court emotions. She just lets it all. If she starts playing bad, hitting unforced errors, she just starts looking at her player's box and just talking. And like, she just can't get out of her own head when she starts playing bad. And she did it again. And yeah, just the difference between what she says and what he was saying. Like, he said, obviously, I'm sad that I've lost, but that was a spectacle.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That everyone got to witness,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So, whereas she pretty much said, I saved my worst and she did. Like, she's just honest. And she said, I saved my worst tennis for the final. Like, I played so well the whole 2 weeks, and then I come out and play like that in the final and just hand it to her.
Yeah.
So people didn't like that.
Yeah. But she should have. Did she follow it up with in saying
she thanked
that
her. She congratulated her and said, take nothing
yeah.
away from you.
Yeah.
You've earned this, blah, blah, blah,
But
blah.
ESPN went, "Let's quote that."
Oh,
and
for
just
sure,
make
man,
her the
for
bad
sure.
guy.
And, like, imagine in that scenario, you've just lost a Grand Slam final, and the first thing you got to do is stand there, accept your runners-up thing, and give a speech when everything's
feel like
just
taking
tough.
a shit on the plate and walking off.
Yeah. Here
You
you
just,
go, love.
all you want to do is fucking go and break rackets.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, that's fucking
unbelievable.
cool.
Hopefully, some people got a chance to watch it because it was fucking cool.
Mm.
The NBA finals are on. I think it's 1-1 between
Pacers.
OKC and the Pacers. It should be 2-0. Don't know how Indiana won the first game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good to see a close one. The NHL Stanley Cup finals are also on, boys. Now, Canada, national sport of Canada, hockey. That's what the Stanley Cup is, sorry, for anyone who didn't know. National sport, a Canadian team has not lifted the Stanley Cup since 1993.
Oh, we weren't even alive.
Which is
Great.
I
insane.
certainly wasn't
I'm pretty
alive.
sure it was Montreal who won. Don't quote me on that. Irrelevant anyway. Who cares? The Edmonton Oilers are in there.
Oh,
What a name.
It's two. They haven't had the glory since the fucking great one. Wayne Gretzky was playing for them.
See, even I know that name.
He, considered by many as the best ever. He won title after title with them before he left. Like, this is huge for them. You should have heard the noise in the joint in game one when they scored first. Oh, holy fuck.
Went
man.
off.
It
Lids
was
ripped
just off its head. And you're just going, how good would that be to be there? The first game went to overtime, so they had to play an extra period, and it went almost the entire extra before Edmonton scored. So they've played a whole extra period. The second game went 2 extras, and it went all the way to the end of the second before someone scored. So it was it's like these cunts are going to be absolutely rooted.
It's
How
such
do they do it? Is this the ice hockey you're talking about?
Yeah,
How do they run it? Is it like it's like the basketball where
It's
they have a
golden.
certain amount of time,
In
or is
extra
this
time.
was this the lead ups to it? Like was
Oh,
that
there's
2
7
different
games.
Oh right,
7
that's what
games
I mean.
in the finals. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Their playoff
Sorry.
series, yeah.
So it's like the basketball where they have a playoff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's 2-1 now. Florida have won. That's the funny thing too. They're playing Florida, the sunniest joint ever. And these Canadians are just like, please let us win. It's our national fucking sport. And they're playing Florida.
Probably don't
So
give
what's
a
it?
fuck about
2-1
us.
to the Oilers.
2-1 to Florida.
Florida.
So there was a game today and there was fucking fights everywhere in the last period.
Oh yeah, that's
The
it.
best part
Right.
about it, eh?
Because Edmonton were getting flogged. And I think old mate just done the old... broke his stick in half with his stick and said, let's go.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck
there was
yeah.
just 1v1s everywhere.
Right,
Just fucking...
I'll never forget when me and you went to that
That's
game at
awesome.
19.
Yeah.
And the first, we were like, oh, hopefully we see a fight. Literally straight up, gloves off, the proper
The-
old stink.
The puck barely fucking dropped.
Well,
And those two nerds next to us were like, yeah, there's definitely
Yeah.
gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, righto, sweet as. And then they couldn't get over that we were just tilting.
yeah.
Because no one really goes to just tilt.
No. 19 as
and
well.
to be honest, when the fight kicked off, everyone just stayed sitting down. We're like,
Smash him!
yeah, it was fucking great.
That was LA Kings and
Yep.
Anaheim. Because
It
they're
was.
like in the same.
Because we
They're the
were in,
Ducks.
Yeah.
because we
Mighty
watched, I think
Ducks.
we watched a ice hockey game one day and then fucking NBA the other.
Yeah,
At
it was in the
Staples Center.
other
Same
order though.
play. Yeah.
We went to the basketball, sweated our holes off in the Staples Center.
That's
and
a fucking big arena, isn't it?
And we went, fuck this, wore shorts and shirts the next night, went in and went, fuck, it's freezing. 'Cause we forgot about the layer of ice.
I think we
that they
actually went and
piled.
bought ourselves LA Kings jerseys.
I've still got it.
I bought the cheapest cunt because you have to pick
The dude's name,
the
yeah.
name. So we just found the most useless
the worst
cunt
player.
because it was the
Everyone
And
cheapest.
then
thinking
we
you're
were
a niche
cheering for
fan.
him the whole game. Yeah.
Instantly became
anyway.
a cult hero.
The US Open golf start. Ooh, big Jace over here.
Yeah, testy pop.
US Open golf starts Thursday at
It does.
Oakmont Golf Club, I assume.
Country
it's called.
Club?
Country Club in Pennsylvania. And if they reckon if you shoot under par for the tournament, you will win. That's how hard it's going to be.
And we haven't seen that in a long time.
I think the stimp meter, which is sounds funny, but
The
how
gimp meter.
they measure how fast the green is
Yep.
is like off scale. Like they're going to be so
Jesus.
fast.
Oh yeah.
The rough is going to be fucking 6 inches long. And I was thinking about it before. It would be impossible to play it as a public course in the state it's in. One, because obviously we're not professional golfers, but you would lose too many balls because they have on every hole that you've got to drive, they have people standing in the rough watching the balls, and they put a little flag where the ball is so
Yeah.
that the players know where the fucking thing is. Otherwise, you'd never find them.
Or
It's
you'd spend
ridiculous.
fucking 2 hours finding it.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah, with
just
a
going.
rake.
It's obviously you can't. You wouldn't be able to play it as a public course at the state it's in.
It's great for a fan of golf because how often do we just see blowouts on the tour now? And it's just people shooting out fucking
And we might.
20 under.
We might see one.
You might see one bloke
But-
who just absolutely nails it.
One bloke might shoot 4 under, and he'll win by 10.
I think we're going to see whoever is crowned US Open champion is going to be someone who's not one of the big names running for it. I don't think it's going to be Scott. Like Scotty is back in unreal form, but I would not be surprised if Scotty doesn't win it. Rory, Bryson, those big
Yeah.
names gunning for it. I think we're going to see someone very
I'm
outside
actually
the box.
thinking, because of how hard it is, if Bryson can drive it how he does, he will win by a lot.
Drive the green every time.
Well, not the green, but just the fact that he'll be so much closer. Because there's some huge par fours. Like
Yeah, there are.
massive par fours where they'll take bogey. And you
Yeah.
go,
Some of it's not,
bogey's the new par sort of thing.
it's not even just like rough off the fairway too. Have you seen some of the bunkers?
There's 175 bunkers.
It's ridiculous. They'll have
Should
a
we call it the
fairway,
fucking beach?
the fairway, and then right beside it is literally just a beach.
Yeah.
It's like
So-
you've got to be so precise. So many people, I don't know.
You know-
they might put the big stick away and just iron
You
it.
know what's funny is that if you miss the fairway, you're praying for it to go in a bunker.
You'd
and
rather
not be in the fucking
You'd rather
rough.
sand than rough.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway,
Oh,
it's
well,
been
that-
pretty
it'd-
cool to
showing.
watch.
It'd be good though to a different aspect though, right?
Yeah,
like where,
yeah, yeah.
where it's different to just any other game,
Yeah.
which is cool.
I think it will be. There will be some golfers just mentally fucked after that.
Oh,
Big
just,
time.
Just like
there'll be some golfers who feel like us cunts.
Yeah. Welcome to the team.
the mental fucking fatigue that's going to take on them is. Oh.
You gotta pick. You got anyone you think you can take it just
well,
off the
I've
rip?
just got a weird feeling about Bryson because if he can drive it long
Back
and
to back
straight,
US Open
if
champion.
he can
you reckon?
drive it long and straight, he'll just have that much shorter club to hit into these bullshit greens and all the rest.
I
So-
reckon Liv player will get it. Neiman, Joaquin Neiman. There's
Whacking.
my pick. Old Joaquin
Really?
Neiman. Yeah, fuck it.
You
I
picked
think,
him last time, didn't you?
No, I picked Rory for the Masters.
yeah.
But I think he's probably the
PGA
best.
maybe.
Yeah, I think he's the best Liv player. And I don't know. I just got a feeling he's going to come in
Yeah,
and get it done.
Scotty will probably just win.
Oh yeah, he'll just
Anyway.
shoot 20 under somehow. Just completely go against everything we're saying, and
Well,
it'll
we've
be
got to-
boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Queensland will win. That kind of win. Fucking.
Yeah, hopefully.
What else can we
That's all
shit
we're
on?
going for. Right, now we've got a big boxing UFC fucking.
Yeah,
wrap.
mate, there's been plenty going on. I think starting off with a bit of drama or controversy, Justice Huni, a bit of heartbreak there, was going so well in his fight, like dominating the scorecards and got caught, I think with 3 rounds to go. And look, the count, the ref, I think, had he didn't give him very long anyway. We've
Yeah.
seen some fights before, like one that springs to mind, or 2 actually. Tyson Fury versus Wilder.
Yeah.
Fury was given every single chance and a slow count to get up. And then Liam Wilson versus Navarrete, oh, mate, gets fucking 20-something seconds.
Yeah.
And then you just look at this one, and I know it's not to the scale of that fight, but it shouldn't matter if it's a fucking fight in a pub, in a ring out the back, or a world title fight. 10 seconds should be
flats.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I sort of did my own count when he hit the ground until when he waved it off, and I counted 9. I just feel like him dominating like that, I don't feel like I'm not going to say he would have got up and come good and beat him, but I feel like he should have been given the opportunity to stand up, look at the ref, walk to the side and show that he was fucking okay. And I feel like he was so quick to just go, nah.
The fact that he was on his feet.
On the way
They
up.
normally do the old shake of the gloves.
He was
you're
on
right
the
to
way
go.
up, standing up at 9, and I
Yeah.
feel like that should have been enough to look at him at least. And
Yeah, can you
And
continue?
mate,
Are you
Justice
okay?
was very humble after he won, he lost, and I feel like he can take so much away from that. He's so young. I just feel like, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
why does there always have to be those little things? Seems
Yeah.
to happen a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, in that
Marginal
sport.
errors.
Yeah.
So it wasn't any good, but the positives out of it, man, is he fucking pretty much boxed his ears off
Yeah.
for a lot of the fight,
Just
which
got
is
caught with a bomb.
which that's heavyweight shit, isn't it?
Mm.
So that was unfortunate. The Jai Opetia card, I fucking tried to watch it. I fell asleep, man. It was fucking nearly 11 something by the time he fought
On a
Sunday night. And I was
It's
like,
a school night, for fuck's
and
sake.
I get it. I get it. They don't want to clash with other sort of things, right? Like you might have been the rugby league and that, but sacrifice some of the early fights for when the footy's on and make Jai fight at 9:30 or something like that. Fuck.
If you have
I
to-
tried. I was fucking just rooted.
If you have to put those fights on, put the main event on at a time and then have them after or
That's
something.
or something. But
Yeah.
anyway, Jai Opetia, mate.
No kind of watch, but who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this bloke is just fucking
he's
unreal,
On a
man.
tear.
Like, when do you start to talk about the pound for pound stuff? When do people start putting him into?
Well, who'd he fight though?
Yeah, no, I know, but it's because no cunt wants to fight him.
Yeah.
Like I think he's calling out now, like the other fella with the belt for a unification, and he's put himself in a position now where if this bloke fights his mandatory and doesn't fight Jai, then he's 100% just ducking him. Like he's like, I'm here. I think he's going over there now
Yeah.
to be right in front of him to say, fucking
me.
come here.
Yeah.
So it's just, but just
love
his
the hunger too.
intensity, man, and how he is. He's no bullshit.
Yeah.
Just fucking like,
Yep.
man, he's
So
a
good to
real
watch.
bad man.
Yeah, he is.
So,
It's good to watch.
so, mate, very excited for. Hopefully, he can get his unification, and then.
You said it again. I let the first one go.
Yep.
Unification, mate.
Unification.
I
Hopefully,
was
he
gonna
can
say
get that, and
Yeah.
then who knows? I think there was talks in the past about him going to heavyweight after that, but man, it's just
Plenty
exciting.
of things on the cards for him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you can't not like that bloke and
Yeah.
what he's about.
And just like you say, doesn't talk shit, doesn't do any of it. Which
does his
sometimes
job.
we're like, come on, mate, give us a bit.
But he says
doesn't
enough.
need to.
He says enough to be so intense and
Yeah,
not
that's right.
disrespectful, but just saying, "Oi, I'm
this
all
is
about."
how it is.
Exactly.
He's an intimidating
This is
man.
how it is.
He
I
is
am
a
gonna
scary
fucking
cunt.
Fuck yeah,
flog you.
bro.
Yeah. So it's fucking unreal. I think he broke his jaw in the 5th round. I'll watch the highlights
The
back.
old-
And
Old mate just
School
looks
teacher.
like, he looks
Mate,
like a school teacher
bro,
didn't want
he
to
was
be
like,
there.
I'm pretty sure he was like 5 or 6 kilos lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just weighed in.
And about a foot shorter.
Yeah, like it was just totally
and a
different
whole
weight
lot
classes.
shitter.
Oh, man.
And obviously, Jai can't do anything about that. But I mean,
yeah.
he did the right thing in just breaking his jaw in the 5th round to make a statement. Anyway.
Yeah, give him no excuse.
And then light heavyweight Connor Wallace got a win as well. He's I think number 2 in the world, so he probably sets himself up for a chance at title as well, or at least a title eliminator or something like that. There was some Rocky Ogden, I think, got dusted earlier in the fight as well. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yep.
And then we go into UFC 316. Quillen, the Aussie, gets the win in a super impressive performance. I think all the commentators and that were pretty blown away by, because he won when we were there actually in like 20 seconds where he knocked that Indian fella out.
Yep.
And then this fight, he showed his grappling and ground game
Well, he pretty
really
much
well.
out-wrestled a wrestler, didn't he?
Yeah, like he really impressed. So super bright things ahead. It's awesome seeing an Aussie performing
Another
like that.
Aussie coming
Was
through.
that early doors, or was that on the main?
Mate, that was one I couldn't even watch because it was early prelims.
Wow.
Yeah,
But he had
so-
Joe in the octagon with him.
Yeah,
And
he was
he
interviewed
said-
by
yeah.
Joe Rogan and said that it
Bit
was
of a
his
staple
life
of moment
goal
for him. Yeah.
to get interviewed by Rogan after a win in the UFC. So it's pretty cool.
Bigger and better things.
But
man.
mate, super keen for that. Kevin Holland, mate.
Well, I
This
saw his
dude-
post about this, so tell me what's happening.
Mate, so he just fucking lips. Like this bloke from the start of the bell is just talking at the cunt. Like just non-stop talking. And
I've seen
like I'm
that.
just going, wouldn't that get in your head?
Oh,
If you're fighting someone and they are just barking at you, and it's not necessarily aggressive shit, it's just talking shit.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like, but
Just
mate,
please be quiet.
impressive performance by him. I think he won by a Darce choke in the second round. Yeah,
Unreal.
and man, just
He's-
how often he fights.
Such
Yeah,
a
yeah,
journeyman.
yeah.
He just loves. Well, I don't even know if he loves fighting. I thought I read something a while ago that he just like, oh, I just need the money, so I just fight.
he probably does.
And mate, he
Poor bloke.
and he called out Colby Covington too,
Oh,
which
fuck,
will be,
I'd love to
which will
see
be
that.
great because he's such a big mouth, and Holland will just
But
meet him.
Colby won't fight him.
Well, who knows?
Fuck
Well,
you.
mate, there's not much
Yeah.
going for Colby at the moment. He's
No one
probably
wants him.
thinking, "Here's me chance to at least get back into the."
People will watch that. Kevin Holland, like even when he is not competing for and he's not a contender, like he's still such entertainment value. Colby's entertainment value too because he's just racist and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but even when Kevin Holland's on any card, you're happy to see him because he's entertaining in the
Big
press
Kev, 100%.
conferences. Always
just
shows up.
barks.
Yeah, and just
Big Kevy.
lips.
Oh, he obviously must have the best fucking tank ever.
Yeah, yeah.
But he'd be always in camp.
yeah.
Literally, he's never not training.
Nah. So that was good.
Oh, Kevin Netherlands.
The Dutchman.
Patchy Mix, what a name. Upset
Is that his
by-
real name?
Yeah,
Hang
I
on.
think we looked it up, and I think his name's Patrick.
Right. So you haven't just changed that?
No, Patchy Mix is what you see.
And
on
that's
the
not
thing.
like Brazilian pronunciation or anything. That's
No,
like,
that's
he's like,
not full lawn mix.
Is it MIX?
yeah.
Fuck off. Okay, sorry, Patchy.
So Patchy Mix was upset by Mario Batista. Arguably, they reckon he was the best in the bantamweight division who wasn't in the UFC. All the hype around him, and
Mix
like,
was.
yeah, big Mixy. And
mixed bag.
And I think it was one of those things. I was saying his feet looked heavy. I don't know if he. Do you know how when people come from a different organisation and they might.
different caliber, different
So,
training
but who
styles.
knows? I didn't know much about him, but the other bloke picked him apart on the feet pretty much. Joe Pfeiffer versus Kevin Gastelum. I thought the KO was home. He got dropped straight up and then dropped Gastelum again in fucking the later ends of round one. And going into the break, I'm going counting the money. And then Pfeiffer then just sort of, he only really threw the heavy shots trying to knock him out. And then it sort of started to get to the point where I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, he's not going to do it. But Pfeiffer got the win by points. And I think Pfeiffer was saying after, it's been like a year out of the octagon. It's a bit rusty in that, and he'll be back. But very powerful, though, Joe Pfeiffer. Taylor Harrison got the fucking win in dominant form. She's just too
Kayla?
big.
Kayla?
Sorry,
Kayla,
yeah.
sorry.
Too big and too strong, man. Just
Yeah.
fucking beat her up. And in round two, it was like you heard the clap with 10 to go, and she got her in this arm fucking bar, and she just had to tap her. Her arm was going to get snapped in half.
Fucking hell.
I
So-
saw Nunez get in the ring.
Yeah.
So did she officially retire?
She did
thought
retire.
so, yeah.
She did retire, but
Yeah.
you know, a lot
Yeah.
But then
But she did. She definitely did.
yeah, she did, and I think she just saw an opportunity of an exciting fight with Harrison coming through, and yeah, it's a pretty entertaining fight though. Like it's in the GOAT of women's MMA, and then here's this new up and coming.
Yeah. Can
She-
Kayla throw hands or not?
Yeah, well, she was going pretty good, but she's more about like she's a 2-time gold medalist
Yeah.
in the Olympics. I think it's judo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know who she reminds me of? Do you know the trainer at a 51st Dates?
Oh, yes.
I don't.
The
but
one that he's not sure if it's a bloke
Yeah.
or a chick.
Yeah.
there's
There's some similarities between Harrison and that
it
trainer.
might be the same actor, but this very similar. Grown Ups 2. Have you watched that?
Many
Yes.
times.
And
Many times.
the muscly chick. that
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah, the one
what's
that
his
dressed
name?
up as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And let me just give her some praises too. She seems like a fucking unreal person. I think her sister struggles with addiction in and out of prison, and she officially adopted her sister's 2 kids and raises them and stuff like that. So she's a
Wow,
fucking great
trooper.
person.
Yep.
But yeah, she just really reminds me of that trainer off 51st Dates. If you
That's a
don't look
great
at
comparison.
She is huge.
but she is a weapon,
Like,
man.
just
Is,
so
is there drug
strong.
testing anymore?
Well, maybe they fucking scrapped it again for
Maybe.
Johnny Jones.
All
yeah,
all
true.
good. But yeah, and then O'Malley versus Marab, mate. Just this can't.
He's too good.
This cunt will
He's-
not be beaten in a very long time. Surely.
There's,
He's,
like, I don't know if you guys might know a bit more. You do know more than I do in this situation, but I cannot think of anyone coming through in that weight division that I think, in a few fights, he could give him a crack. It's like Marab is one of the most complete fighters we've seen in a long, long time.
And
bro.
mate, even like O'Malley did really well. I think one judge gave him round 2, and he stuffed a lot of takedowns, but they just keep coming.
Constant. Yeah.
His
They
cardio.
just keep coming until and then you can tell he's working on his game because his striking, I think, was better.
Yeah.
And then he got the finish. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's all you ask for. If someone's a sniffer,
Yeah.
finish him.
He's a funny sniffer, though.
He's a funny
He
little
is,
dude.
and he's got his mustache.
Yeah,
He's a
so
little bit
mate,
cheeky.
you just can't. There's nothing you can say. Like
Nah.
he has got to the point where O'Malley had that torn labrum, and he got the operation, and he did a lot of things to work on himself, and he was the best version of himself, and he did a lot better, but he just wasn't
Nowhere
good enough.
near.
No,
Nowhere
he's
near.
just
Yeah.
just fucking unreal.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Gave
you'll-
up all that. Gave up smoking weed and gave up jacking off and
Yeah, what a
all of
waste.
that just for nothing.
jacking off. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure why.
What a dickhead.
Just didn't want to let the old
Patchy,
load out.
Big Patchy, his name is Patrick. Patchy Mix. I thought maybe we weren't saying
Is he
it
Irish?
right. It says he
That
was
was
born in New York and he
Okay,
fights out
mate.
of Buffalo, which is very close to.
That'd
Right,
be
maybe a bit of
up there.
Irish heritage there.
Possibly.
Patches.
I don't want to read
Patches
too much
O'Houlihan,
more,
that's
but,
what I related to. Old dodgeball.
But I think we're saying it right, Mix.
Yeah. That's all I've got on the Biffin front anyway, boys.
Yeah, nice. Well, we got one more topic, Tom, because no, that can get fucked.
Fuck that.
Fuck that off. This is way more. This is way more important, Tom Dahl. Because guess what starts tomorrow? Tomorrow night,
What?
Test Championship final.
Oh,
Australia versus South Africa at Lords, the traditional ground of this game.
The home of cricket.
Yeah, the home of fucking sookie cunts.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we going to play? We'll have to be a bit quick here, but I wanted to finish on it because it's going to be the thing that happens first.
It will be. And
So in our squad, we've got Constas is in the squad. I don't think he plays.
don't you?
Oh, well, he sort of has to, doesn't he? Who else is going to?
I think if you look at the
Well, Cummins, Boland, Carey. We've got Cameron Green in there. It's all the usuals, but we've
Yeah.
got Cam Green in there, Sam Constas, Matt Kuhneman. He won't. I don't think he'll play.
nah, be Gaz.
And then we got Bo Webster as well there, and Josh Inglis is there, but he won't play.
Is Hazelwood's in that squad, isn't
Yeah,
he?
mate, yep.
So that's
So-
our main selection dilemmas at the moment. Good dilemmas too is
opening.
does Hoff play instead of Boland, which I think he will.
He
you have
will.
to go with our traditional quartet when they're all healthy. And then who's going to open? Probably Constas.
Well, it
in
has
my
to be
opinion.
now that I've just said it.
Constas and Aussie will open. They'll give Constas another chance. But back on a relatively normal pitch, it's not subcontinent. But Slug, healthy and playing great
I
cricket.
will be filthy.
And Cameron Green.
Filthy
How
if
do
they
they fit?
pick. Oh, it's hard because I think Green's been making runs
I would,
in the county championship over there.
if it's my team and I'm picking the 11, you're dropping Marnus and you're putting Cam Green first drop.
No way. He
What,
is
you're gonna
not a
keep-
first drop.
How do we know? How do we
We
know?
tried him at 4.
Everything I hear from great names in cricket and critics of cricket, they say Cameron Green can play anywhere in that batting
True,
order.
true.
So I would love to give him a fucking crack.
I don't reckon we'll do it,
What
though.
do we have to lose? Marnus will go out and get 15 probably. I'd love to see Marnus get a great knock and return to his form. But if you got someone nipping at the heels who's fucking
Well,
playing
can you
better.
play Smudge at 3 and put him at 4? Or
Yeah,
is it-
yeah.
Something like
true.
that. You can do some shuffling around, but I think the
Let's just
main.
leave Smudge where he is.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah.
I think the main one that they're going to have to really look at is, do we put Cameron Green in this team for Marnus?
That's it. That is
I
it.
will be fuming if they drop Slug.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
He does not deserve to
cannot
be dropped.
drop him.
And I would
Ah,
love to see him on a
fucking-
stage like this. Like, surely he would lift. But we come into it looking quite solid. We've
Oh,
got good headaches. to
Very,
have.
very solid.
What time have we got? Like, what time will it be on here?
It's
for?
first
7:30.
ball will get bowled at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night.
Oh.
So you'll
2:30
see.
finish, I think, in the morning.
Yes.
Perfect for a bit of nighttime cricket. Love it.
So yeah, you're right. It looks like Aussie will open. Who knows? Oh, Constance has to open now that I look at the squad. Like, who else is going to open?
And where will we actually know this? How long before
the toss.
first?
At the
At
toss,
the toss.
yeah.
Like, there
So-
might be, like, usually by now, George Bailey will come out and confirm and say that player will be playing this weekend.
Are we doing
this-
it? We're doing a bit of poetry, are we?
No.
bit of Billy.
Well,
No,
yeah,
like,
Queenslanders.
He usually comes out and says, "Oh yeah, that person's
I
getting
know.
dropped," and then they announce the 11 at the toss. But we have no idea right now.
traditionally, it has been at the toss, but I found that last summer as well. You knew the day before.
Yeah, he was telling us a few days before.
Yeah, look, fucking, it's a hard one because it's almost set, but then you've probably got 3 batting positions that are up. You don't know who's going to fill them.
Have
And
we looked at the
Marnus
odds
has
on
had
Neds?
like some great times in England too.
Surely we must be red hot favourites.
You'd-
I'll
you'd
tell you
think.
who loves batting at Lords, boys, and that is Stephen Smith.
Doesn't he?
God, he loves it there.
He fucking cannot. I actually saw a funny thing the other day, and they're talking about how good
It's about right.
the what is it about $1.40 for us?
Yeah, $1.40.
Yeah,
$3.50.
That is about right. How good the lunches are at Lords and how they're so delicious and just like illustrious. And Smudge would go, I actually haven't really not had many in the past because I bat so fucking well when I play there. Like he Test Championship final last time against India comes out
Yeah,
and he
mate.
regards it as one of his best knocks he's ever had.
Yeah.
So I would love to see him keep doing it.
I saw a thing on fucking Travis Head about that, by the way. He said before that game, Test Championship final in 23, he was that underdone, he hadn't picked up a bat for fucking 2 months.
He hadn't. Yeah, if you watch that
And he went and made 160.
that documentary, the
Yeah,
third
that's where I
series
saw
of the
it on.
test. Yeah, he come in, and Smudge has come out and said he hasn't touched a bat in 3 months himself.
Oh, good.
After Sri Lanka, he said how fixated we know Smudge is with his bat. He'll pick up anything and shadow bat in his room and shit. And he reckons he hasn't touched a bat in 3 months. Probably done a fair bit of that batting instead. And hasn't picked up a bat in 3 months. Kind of clicked into form into the nets, but maybe that's like I don't know why he needed to do that.
Yeah.
He was fucking killing it in Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be very exciting.
I'm fucking
Hopefully, we can pile the runs on because we know we're going to take the wickets. We always seem to take the
100%.
wickets. The bowlers always do their job. It's just sometimes the batting lets us down a touch.
How's
So-
their going off? Like
Well, I
we
was
talked about
looking
our
at their
team,
squad.
but how are they looking?
And I feel like hard
I
to
think
say.
they're flat track bullies. The reason they're in this position is they're flat track bullies.
so. The quartet looks good, but I don't know too many. Like Temba Bavuma, the captain, I know of
Marco
him, and I know
Jansen.
of Aiden Markram, but yeah, and I know the bowlers, like I just said, but yeah, the batting order.
Ryan Rickleton, I saw that name a fair bit. He had some decent form coming into this.
Yeah, right, I see.
So
I
people are
haven't
comparing
heard.
him and Travis Head and a bit of averages and like
Okay.
both big hitters, I think. But look, I like this contest against South Africa and the fact that it's at a neutral venue because we are always compared with each other because it's similar conditions. Like we go over there, they come over here, similar pitches, similar conditions. So going to England, seeing how both teams are going to perform,
I hope
Surely
we
we've got the
absolutely
more experience.
fucking flog them.
Yeah,
I think we're going
Me
to pants
too.
them, bro. I think we win by an innings.
and we don't have to worry about the weather unless it's really bad because they've got the fucking extra day that they have for the final
Oh,
that they
right.
don't have in any other test, like in a series. It'll just be a draw. But for the World Test Championship final, they got the extra day, which they had to use the first year when New Zealand,
New Zealand
I'm all,
played India.
I'm all about
India,
that.
sorry.
Yeah, when it's a one-off final like that, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the theatre of a fucking draw, playing out a draw on the 5th day.
Well,
Yeah,
when,
when there's nothing at stake,
Oh,
really.
when
other
there's been
than-
no rain and shit.
yeah.
When you can only use the last day, I think.
if it's rain affected, is it?
I'm not too sure on
I'm
the
not
rule.
too sure on that rule, actually. You'd think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway,
Tell you who can tell us, Luke Smith.
it'll be over in 3 days, boys. We'll fucking
Yeah,
flog
we
it.
won't even have to worry about it.
Righto. That's probably all we got time for. I think.
CTC Captain of the Week.
Other than that,
Brought to you by Country Trucker Caps. Head to the countrycompanies.com to get one and go to countrytruckercaps.com to fucking design your own. Who are we going to...
Well, does Opetia deserve it?
Fucking oath he does.
He probably
That's
deserves
a good
it.
shout.
Breaking a jaw in the fifth, you can have a hat.
He's New Zealander, right?
No, he's Aussie.
But he is
Samo-
Aussie?
Samoan.
Samoan Aussie.
Samoan
Okay, well,
background.
we've always said we love an Aussie getting it done on the
Well,
big stage.
He can play Origin.
Yeah, he can. He probably would do a better job than Trent.
Oh,
Sorry, Trent. One
Watch
last
Trent
drive-by.
come out
I
and
hope he
just
does.
kill it.
I hope he
I
proves
hope he
me
does
wrong.
too, but he definitely was very sheepish, I thought, in the first game.
We need someone. Anyway.
Yep.
We'll talk about it more next week. That's all we got time
Broken
for. We've been
record
going
player.
for fucking
Yeah.
ages.
Mate, I had a
both
great
of us.
Quino's
job.
loving it.
Well, that's what we're here for, is to, get
He just
you
woke
home,
up.
get you to work, get you through the day, and get you home.
Yeah, fuck off home.
Get and we get home to go. See you
last.
Friday.
So surely the episode.